Hello and welcome to Magic Mythal Tomb of Annihilation, our 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign, episode number 48. We live stream nearly every Sunday night, starting at 4 Pacific time here on Twitch, and also you can catch up on weekly episodes posted on YouTube. My name is Corey, Pinwarp2, I'm the DM, and I'm joined by my players, Andre playing Aelin, the Aesmar Monk, Liz playing Archie, Aesmar Wizard, Brad who's playing Quillen, Aarakocra Paladin, Brian playing Blackwind, Half-Orc Ranger, John, who will be joining us shortly, playing Jonah, Gnome Artificer, and Sean playing Donnaquin, the Turtle Druid. Last time on Magic Mythal. Mythal! Damn it. My lisp caught me there a little bit. My
Very special episode.
You guys had left the safety of Kier Sabal, having resupplied, to go to Firefinger. You trekked through the jungle, avoiding hazards, and eventually making your way to the Spire of Firefinger, an ancient, seeming maybe Mesruin watchtower, built on the top of a large, thin, stone spire. You had carefully infiltrated the first level, about 60 feet off the ground, through a rickety rope ladder. There you encountered some evil spiders. Actually, they probably weren't evil. They're probably just unaligned spiders that were just there naturally, in their natural habitat.
They were
evil, I could tell.
Just living their best, just living their spidery lives in this cave until you disturb
lawful
them.
Good.
Yeah, lawful good spiders.
They were servants of Lolth.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously. So you destroyed them handily, and then made your way into the back recesses of this rather cramped cave. This spire is not very big, as you can see by the size of it. There is not a lot of space around here. But you did some really cool stuff. Defeated some spiders. Suplexed one off the top of the tower. Not the top. I don't know. Would you survive the top of the tower? I guess it maxes out at 20d6.
We'll find out.
Although in my campaign, I think 20d6 is not nearly high enough for a max on fall damage.
Terminal velocity, Corey.
I think the point of the 20-6 point was like, if you're jumping off that high, that's 200 feet, you're dead. Like, it's not.
Yeah, but 20 die 6 past like levels, what, 7 or so is not death.
Right, but it's meant to kill a normal person, not a person with crazy extraordinary abilities. That's a beyond human feat.
Extraordinary ability, sure, but not like raging and then jumping off because you're like, I'll take half damage.
But it is, because that's the whole point. Barbarian's rage is his extraordinary ability to be able to do that. He's not a normal human.
I mean, you can I interpret it anyways. It doesn't matter what I interpret it as anyways in the game because it's
you know, I say a level 1 jumps off that cliff, they're dead no matter what class they are.
I look at it as the cap level of stupid, kind of like the Marisha Ray syndrome. Where he's just like, died. Well, yeah, she died because he said you die. Like, that's it.
No, he wrote
you cheese grated yourself down. That was 1,000-foot cliff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think by level 13 or 14, the monk can reliably survive a fall from any height.
Yeah. That is a very special ability of theirs for sure. But,
right.
Anyways, let's move along here. I tire of debating the merits of fall damage.
Way to go.
I'll just jump off the tower, and we'll find out.
We're like gods, aren't we?
Just go to the top and jump, and then you'll see my official ruling.
and then polymorph into a fish.
And you'll see what we...
Although I will say, this is the last thing I'll say on this topic, just because it is relevant. I will say, with my injury rules, regardless, I feel like if you're falling from heights greater than, like, I'm not going to put a hard number on it, but really high, like 60 feet, yeah, that's high, but I can see you surviving that. But if you like jump from like 200, 300, 400 feet up, I'm definitely going to check for like injuries and shit, regardless of how much damage you're taking, actually.
Even if he's a monk who
gets
rid of the damage?
Even if he's a monk. But
what if he takes no damage?
Then he dies instantly. I don't know.
200
No,
feet is a
I'm done.
20-story building.
I'm done. All I'm saying is similar to how sometimes with traps and shit, or natural hazards, I might just call for an injury check regardless of the actual physical number the damage dice rolls up at.
Sure.
Because we're like gods, right?
No.
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 I have
Famous
30
last words. I know. I love that. It was the best thing ever, though. It was just so funny.
Well, you are in this back cave. There is light in here, only because Blackwind, I believe you turned on your ring when you actually went into the cave, you said?
Yeah.
Inside, because it's a very dim, it's a very short, small radius of light, I think, around your ring. Actually,
And
is
I
the
can
actual
see-
light spell?
I can see 120 feet in pitch darkness right now, too, for the next 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, because of your eyes of the monk. I don't know what they're called.
Close enough.
Psychic vision.
I have a note from last session that says, suggest Blackwind scout up the ladder with pass without a trace on.
Well, we still have it on right now. But
Right. So that was my note. We're like, there's a ladder, we're all gathered. Suggest Blackwind scout up there.
and it looks much more sturdy so far because it wasn't
Yeah.
exposed to the weather.
Yeah, this ladder inside here, it begins like it's kind of like, because the roofs in here, how tall are the roofs in here? They're only like 10, 15 feet. They're kind of uneven roofs, but there's a hole in the ceiling, that's only like 5 foot diameter around, and there's a ladder that hangs just a couple feet down. So a simple matter of someone giving you a boost up, or just if you're strong enough, just a standing jump, could grab the bottom of that ladder and then pull yourself up. But the ladder is attached to the inside of this long tube. Looks like it goes up 100. Well, yeah. Well, Aelin can see to the very top with his vision right now, and it opens up into you don't know if it's similar size. You imagine it must be, given the size of the spire. An inside room up there. Another ceiling above that, but you obviously from down here you can't actually see anything other than just a straight shot up to the roof. There's no dangers that you can see along the shaft, and it looks like it is relatively. By the way, they're 10-foot high ceilings. I was just double checking. But it looks sturdy. It doesn't look as worn. It is still like a wooden ladder, kind of like nailed into the side with like iron pittons or whatever. But yeah.
I mean, it looks to my carpenter eye. It looks what? Okay. I'll climb up there first.
All right.
Tie my
Yeah, I can come with you if you think you'll need a extra set of eyes.
Yeah. Well, it'd be better to. It's a long way up, so let's have 2 people go up, maybe at least that way. Then it's at least a little bit of backup.
Yeah, I'll head up. Why not?
This looks.
No,
much
I
more-
was offering to go. You can stay here.
I thought you were saying. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'll pump in the brakes. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what brakes are, but I'm pumping them.
I'm not sure
But
what
But I'm pumping my tires.
lower that anchor.
You're pumping to snap things?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So Blackwind, you're gonna head up first. Aelin behind. I see. Yeah, and you're gonna stay 10. How close you gotta be for past that trace? 10 feet?
30.
feet.
Oh, 30. Oh, plenty of space. So how much space do you have between you and Blackman?
Like
I'll just put it
5-10 feet.
I thought, did someone just say 60?
60 feet.
I wait till he's at the top.
Okay.
Okay. All right. It's a ladder. I'm not gonna make you roll to climb a ladder. There's nothing here that
Especially with my athletics. would
yeah,
probably
it's
be-
not a rickety and slick ladder with anything like the one outside. So this one, I'm gonna say, you guys are not inept fools. You're able to climb the ladder inside. About halfway up or so, you do encounter nothing dangerous, but you do encounter like a nest of like the large, kind of like pale, like cockroach-like creatures, just kind of like skittering along the walls, and they scatter in all directions as you
Baz
get
would love to
closer.
eat those.
And I guess you're trying to be stealthy once you get near the top, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, how long does it take to climb a 100-foot ladder? Not that long.
like-
I mean, instant.
Assuming
Like
it's
2 rounds.
well, assuming you're trying to be
rounds?
quiet.
Probably half speed then.
Yeah, but you're not like dashing up a ladder, so
Yeah,
That's
less
what I
than a
mean.
minute.
yeah, pretty straightforward. You guys are in good shape. You climb, make a stealth check as you get near the top, both of you. Since you're trying to be quiet. You have your ring on still? Would you get near the top?
I could turn that off, I guess, as it's getting up, just if I'm trying to be.
Probably should.
Blackwood has half orcs have low light, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the shaft, if you turn it off, it is dark. Like there's not enough light. But so the middle part of the ladder, like the middle 2/3 of the ladder, is like basically almost pitch black. But as you get near the top, there is some dim light coming in, just from a break in the clouds. You see a little bit of moonlight, but it's very, very dim. You guys, 24 and 26, climb to the top. Nothing seems to be alerted. At the top, there is... yeah, the ladder just kind of like ends at the top. Let me... move. Why? Oh, come on. Frickin'.
I'm highlighted.
There we
Start
go.
getting me. Oh, taken by aliens.
Ah, goodness.
Oh God.
Not again. It's probing time.
It's just all black.
I know.
You can't see anything.
Yes, I know.
There's
Sorry.
nothing there.
Sorry.
I mean, well, yes. What?
Oh, sorry. There's just nothing on the map.
Yes, I know. I know.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's because you guys can't see it.
Corey hates his players.
Roll initiative.
More spiders from behind.
They're here to extract revenge on their family's death.
Why is it working?
Nope. Yeah.
I see
Or not
nothing.
See nothing. I see me.
Oh, I'm not on it, or am I?
No. Only Blackwind
Okay.
will even be able to see anything. But
Oh, well.
it's not working for you, is it, Ryan?
No, I see nothing.
Christ
I
sakes.
see me.
Sorry. I'm okay.
I hear a disembodied voice. For Christ's
Oh.
sake.
I don't understand why vision's not working. Oh wait, do you actually have low light vision?
I'm supposed to. I have dark vision, but
Oh,
it's actually
no, that's okay. That's
Is there like a wall blocking him or something, maybe?
oh.
I'm in a wall.
There.
Oh, there we go.
Gee, thanks, Andre. there was 2 walls blocking him.
Ah.
One in the square he was in, and one on the edge of the square. Why? I don't know. So there. So Blackwind, you reach the top. There is it's a very small cave, smaller than the one that you were in. As you peek over the edge, you can see that really the only way out of this cave is to the south, which leads into another very dark cave. So right now you have -5 to perception, because it is so dark, but you can still you can still see with you because of your low light.
Okay, I'll move to the south and wait for Alien to get up. Is it still in cover, like not out in the open over here?
Are you?
That's still in the cave right there.
Yeah.
Or is
Yeah, you can't from where you are here. You can't see an exit.
Okay.
But there is. It looks like there's a passageway that goes off that way.
I'll stop at the little chokehold there and wait for Aelin to get up.
Just move like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say I'll just move you here, kind of like peeking around the corner. You can see that it goes down another like 10 feet into like a T intersection. You still can't see any exit.
Okay. And no noticeable creatures. So once Aelin gets up, I will fire up the ring, and then I give him the thumbs up, I guess. Yay!
Can you guys both give me, as you climb up, can you give me perception checks, please, in the tower?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this before I light it up?
Yeah, just as Aelin's climbing up, I just want to see if you guys.
So -5 then.
But not for me. 'Cause I can see.
Yeah, because you got the magical. It said in the tower, Ryan.
Oh, sorry. Oh, wow. I forgot about that.
It's okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, so you guys climb up, you activate your ring of light. So you say the activation word. You don't have to say it like loud.
Right back. I'm just gonna let my pizza in.
Sure.
But yeah.
I'll kind of lean down into the shaft and say, I think it's good up here. You guys can come up. Just try and be quiet.
You got it.
It's me, Aelin. I'm up here.
On that note, I think Quillen would immediately go look up.
Okay. Who's following him, or is anybody?
Archie, are you going up next or last or?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter what order. As long as we all stay close-ish together, if anybody slips, I can still slow it, so sure. Sure. I'll go next. With Gerald.
While they're coming up, I'll just peek to there's a passage going to the east, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a site.
Damn it, it's so windy in here. My vision's useless.
Are you guys up top just waiting for other people to get up there before you go any closer? You just kind of keep it in close eye?
Yeah.
Sorry for now.
Okay. Brad, as you're approaching near the top, are you going stealthily?
Yes.
Or attempting to? Okay. Give me a stealth check.
You betcha. Is this
Yeah, you're
That's
close.
what I
You'd be
tried.
close enough to Blackwind, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 16.
Good thing for that pass without trace.
I would say, Quillen, it's a little awkward just because of how there's not a lot of space for your wings, so you're kind of like, and with your armor, it's a little awkward getting up there. But it's not terribly bad. It's just you gotta kind of keep your wings like folded tightly to your back.
Remember to bring some grease with me next time.
Ugh. So Archie, followed by Gerald, is coming up after you. Who's going in the rear, Jonah or Donaquin? So, John,
I can, that's fine.
Okay. So Jonah will follow behind. So Quillen pulls up here, gets himself into this kind of cramped room. Still kind of just hanging out.
I mean, yeah, I would be. I'd probably, as the other guys continue forward, I would follow along close by.
Can you give me a perception check in the tower too, Brad?
Oh, I'd be happy to.
Okay, Brad, as you get closer to Blackwind, as Archie's kind of climbing up behind you and just kind of pulling herself up into the room, with Gerald in tow.
Should I stealth roll for those two?
Yeah, if you can give me stealth. But Quillen, you will hear, just as Jonah's about halfway up and Donquin, you're just getting on the ladder.
Gerald.
It's a good thing one's on auto fail, eh?
I think that's his first bad stealth roll.
It is.
But yeah, as Archie's pulling herself up and Gerald's just reaching the top of the ladder, Jonah's about halfway down and Donquin, or maybe a third of the way down, Donquin's a little bit below him. Quillen, you will hear, coming from around the corner, you can't see anything, even like peeking your head around the corner, but you will hear a faint, like kind of like a scritching sound, like something like scraping. It almost sounds like rats or something, like scraping on stone. But it's coming very faintly, and then you hear kind of almost like a it almost sounds like a fluttering sound, like something with wings. Like just kind of like flaps, like it just briefly, just kind of like and then it stops.
And does it sound like it's just coming from
from somewhere in this
generally further down the corridor?
Yeah, down that way is just kind of like the scritching sound followed by like a fluttering of like wings, very faintly though. And the other two in front of you don't seem to pick up on it.
Okay, I'm gonna tap Blackwind on his shoulder and just kind of intonate like.
Here's a rat.
It sounds like Chicago. It sounds like Chicago down there.
The seventh level of hell. I mean,
There's fluttering.
it's Detroit, actually, isn't it? Detroit.
Flying rats?
No, okay. It sounds like a mixture of Chicago and Boardwalk because of all the seagulls.
It's Navy Pier.
Yeah, it's Navy Pier. There you go.
So
it could be some of the terraphobia.
Donquin, can you give me a stealth check as well as you're climbing up? I would say it's probably pretty awkward for you as well, Sean. You probably are like your shell. You can't really like fold it in and squeeze it tight like Quillen's wings. So you're kind of like the back of your shell's probably just kind of scraping the back of the wall as you're trying to climb up.
Where he's like pressing it into the wall to get a break, and then he keeps going, and then he leans
Yeah.
back. And
He just gets wedged.
But yeah, if you can give me a stealth check too, and I'll do one for Jonah. Jonah gets a 25. Okay, but
Was that supposed to have plus because of what you got?
yeah, you
Because
would
of
have a
luck?
plus 10. You got a 31. Just so
Obviously, you buttered yourself up.
Yeah, he did win the grease.
slow and steady.
Or sorry, you got a 30. You didn't nat 20 yet. You got a 19.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry. But yeah, Jonah kind of like gets to the top of the ladder quietly. Donquin's like just below him. Not a lot of room for them to get out because people are just in the way. So they kind of like do that thing where Jonah's like at the top of the ladder, kind of like just kind of standing on the ladder, just kind of leaning, and Donquin's down below him, probably like leaning against the wall, like, what's the holdup?
Yeah. Seeing it fill up, I would just kind of tap Blackwind on the shoulder and motion forward. And I'll just stick right behind him.
Blackwind and Aelin, as you're moving forward, can you give me one more stealth check?
Sure.
Sufficient time has passed to yeah, silent. Not as
Plus 10.
Oh, but you got a plus 10. Plus 1, 23.
I have a -5.
I don't know why I did that. I must have. I clicked on the modifier, and so it's supposed to be actually.
It should be 28.
Yeah.
I clicked on the modifier, and then I just hit 10, and then it just said -5.
So Black, when you get up to the edge of this corridor here, and kind of like look left and right, to the north there seems to be a small cavern, not very much larger than the one that you climbed up into. However, you do see what kind of leaned against the back wall here. There is what looks like a corpse, looks like a male human or a male adult. You're not sure if it's human, but it's not like a bestial race, so it's it could be an elf, it could be something else. In the dim light, it's hard to tell. Although definitely dead, leaning against the corner of the room there. And to the south, you can see about a 20-foot passageway that leads out into the open air again. You do see as well from up here, because you're now like 160 feet off the ground, you can't see super far, but you do see tiny specks of rain starting to like spat and hit against the side of the tower. And you can hear like what sounds like a little bit of wind kind of like whistle by.
Okay. I don't. If I have my ring on, or if I just want to make sure it's off again.
Oh, you turned it off? Okay.
Yeah, because whatever's up there, I don't want to alert it as I come around the corner. I'm hoping. So I'll quietly say the word.
Okay.
If there is anything there, anyways. So, and I will continue forward.
Yeah, just give me a quick perception.
You bet. -5, of course, right?
With the ring off, you'd be -5.
Perception.
Maybe that's why you had the -5 clicked?
I think it should have taken itself off, but maybe.
Yeah, Black, when you kind of like step out and kind of like squinting in the dim light, and you almost miss it at first, but because you're looking at this corpse, without getting like closer and like examining it, you can't really tell what might have killed it or what happened to it. It's just kind of like leaning, kind of just like legs splayed out against the back wall there, just kind of like right here. But you do, just as you're about to continue, you're out of the periphery of your vision, kind of like at the top of your vision, you notice movement. Glancing up, you can see that there is about a quick look around. There's at least maybe like 8 or 9 or more of these very kind of like large, like bat-like creatures that are like clinging to the top of the roof, and like this cluster, like tight clustered together, and kind of like it's almost like the cluster of them is like vibrating slightly as they just kind of like move and rub against each other, and they make this like kind of like very faint kind of almost like paper like rustling sound as they kind of like rub against each other. Can you give me a quick nature check?
I would love to. I was gonna ask that. Oh!
Yeah. Yeah, it maybe it's the dark, you can't quite make out their features. They're about the size of like a large bat, but they don't look like bats. They look like insects of some sort. And they're all kind of like just curled up in this big cluster on the roof. Just kind of, not sure if they're sleeping or if they're aware. You can't really make out any of their like heads. They're all kind of like clustered together and just kind of slightly vibrating.
Okay, well, I indicate with hand gestures, like pointing upwards, and then kind of like do the shush motion towards Aelin.
I just nod.
Yeah. Clear as a bell, clear as mud. He wants us to be loud. And then, I have my glaive ready to attack anything if anything flies down.
Sure. They don't seem to have noticed your presence at all, as far as you can tell.
So
what do you do?
I'll wait for them or try to.
I mean, they're like 5
We're
feet
all
away
backed
from
up.
you.
Well, you guys can go by me if you want. I can move forward a little bit more, probably.
Well,
I can make enough room to
It
let
seems like we're all following you, right?
But
Yeah,
I'm indicating
so
there's
you kind of
something
like
up above.
step that way with your glaive, kind of just watching that cluster of them. Aelin, you'll see what he's looking at as you come up to the corner. You can see where he's looking. And in the dark, actually, you don't have nature though, right?
no.
Yeah, so they're definitely insects of some sort. There's a big cluster of them there. You don't know what they are. You're not familiar, but you can see them quite clearly. You do notice that they have a kind of like folded up, kind of like gossamer looking wings, almost like bat-like. In fact, looking at them, they don't really look like they are. They might be actually on closer inspection with seeing them. They have insect-like features, but you're actually fairly certain that they might not be insects. It's very difficult to tell. But either way, one of them kind of like turns its head and kind of like not towards you guys, but kind of just like turns, and kind of like flutters its wings quite quickly. There's kind of like like moss, like there's just kind of like that, and then fold up again. And you can see that it has a very long, probably like foot long, like proboscis thing. Like a mosquito.
It's like a stinger?
Oh,
Oh.
these are. But these are the most deadly creatures in the D&D game.
Yeah.
The most deadly
Blackwind, you can. Oh, actually, Aelin, you can see as well. Blackwind stepping forward 5 more feet. You can definitely see that this man, whoever he is, he looks like his skin is all kind of like shriveled up, and you can see like what looks like puncture marks in his arm, and like one like right here on his neck. And his skin is just like shriveled tight, like almost like he's mummified.
We just found a
Desiccated corpse.
They're vampire mosquito bats.
Just a very quick point of order. It is pitch dark in here, right?
Currently, yes. Blackwind turned out his ring, so there's some very dim light coming in, like in this passageway here, but that's it.
I'm gonna just sort of like reach forward and like grab onto Aelin's like cloak or whatever, because I cannot see shit.
What?
Yeah, Aarakocra have no low light vision or anything.
There's a race without dark vision?
I know.
Shut the front door.
Might as well be a fucking human.
Turtles don't have any either. Sean's
I can't
also blind.
see nothing.
Oh, so it's real good that you're at the back.
Keep. Sean's just like, I'm plugging the hole with my shell. What do you want?
Don't come up, don't come down. I put my head in my shell so like that and just keep going.
Just keep
Just
moving.
upside down, blocking the hole.
Are you sure you guys just can't see in the dark? You just don't know it?
Have you just tried harder to see?
Try harder. It's a natural thing, man. Come on.
I'm gonna tap Blackwind's shoulder again, and I'm gonna point up at the creatures, and then I'm going to mimic a bunch of them with my hands, and then an opening and some people walking, and then a wave of things hitting those people and people going flying, and hope that he gets the concern that I have.
I'm just enthralled by the story, the puppet story. Finish the story, man.
You've explained it, and I still don't understand.
I know what he's getting at.
I know.
I think I know.
And then I'll point at them again, and then I'll shrug, and then like mimic punching.
Well,
What's going on?
can we actually get a kind of an accurate count on how many there are right here? Or are they really bunched up?
I mean, they're bunched up, very tightly clustered, like all in one square. Quick look, like it looks like there's like maybe like 10 of them. It could be a dozen, but they're all kind of like overlapping.
So let's just say there's over 10 or so. Just as a rough count.
Probably, yeah.
So I shrug, but I just figure at least get a few people up here because then I point out the body.
So Donnaquin whispers to Jonah, like, "What's going on?" Jonah whispers for Darty, "What's happening?"
it's broken telephone. We whisper back, and it's like a completely different message.
Oh god, that's the worst illustration ever.
Well, I shrug. I'm like, do a big like hand exploding firecracker. Boom.
Yeah, I'm kind of like,
What? I'm okay with attacking. I give him a thumbs up, I guess. I'm not sure what these things are, so there's a lot of them. And they probably
Archie,
did
are
that
you
too.
Quillen moves forward when Aelin moves forward because he's kind of like probably he's doing that thing where he's like touching his shoulder, so if he moves forward, you move with him, right? It's kind of what I'm picturing. So Archie, are you just following like in a row? Donovan still hasn't climbed out of the pit, by the way. He's still in the ladder.
Leaning on the wall. Fun.
Seeing that this is quite tight, like not very big, and now that I've reached the corner and I've done that, I'm gonna whisper to Gerald and say, stand off to the side and pull up back.
Like
make sure
here?
everybody, yeah, just here. I want him to make sure the whole group is ahead of him. Because we're trying to be quiet and we're trying to see if we do have to communicate with each other, having Gerald a 5-foot gap between trying to whisper around Gerald is not the easiest. And I would think Archie is smart enough to know some people have trouble seeing in the dark, so she wants Gerald to pull up the rear.
I point at my ring to Aelin as well, because I'm obviously fighting in this dim light is not good for most of or quite a large feature of the group, but
yeah,
and I do a thumbs up.
I'll be like, and then I'll point to Archie and I'll mimic your exploding thing, and then I'll point to the like ring finger.
Can you guys just collectively give me another stealth check?
Okay, I thought you were.
You've been in here a little bit now, just moving around a little bit, and you're pretty close to where these things are. So I know you got past without a trace, so it's pretty unlikely. Oh, Quillen,
Ooh.
11. So Quillen, what makes sense? You're in the dark, so you kind of like step forward, and your shoulder blade or your shield just probably like scrapes the wall, like. The rest of you are like the wind, like you're not even there.
Like black wind.
Yeah. And speaking of...
So when this happens, as you're like mimicking back, Quillen in the dark, who's just obviously like blind as a bat, doesn't see what you're mimicking even in front of his face. You just see him kind of like turn his shoulder, and you see his shield just hit the wall, and everybody hears this. And then Blackwind, you see this cluster of things just kind of like vibrate, and like several of the wings just kind of, and then they kind of slowly calm down again.
Aelin, were you mimicking back to us? Like, can I see him doing that?
I mean, you could probably maybe see me around Quillen, but my next move is I want to kind of grab Quillen's arm and direct him to go south of me.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would follow
Kind of
suit.
maneuver him around that corner.
Why was
helping him not scrape his shield this time.
As you could, so you probably have to step slightly like that and just kind of like maneuver in past you. As you're doing that, Archie, do you move forward to fill the space or no?
Yeah.
Okay, Jonah will move forward as well. Gerald stands back till you tell him to do something else, so he just stands there in the corner.
Yeah, well, I told Gerald to pull up the rear of the group, so he'll follow Donovan basically.
Okay. Quillen, as you're stepping forward, you can kind of see very dimly. It's dim light still, so it's still hard to see. You can see the wind out. You can hear the wind kind of like whipping by outside, being this far up. You see some small like spats of rain hitting the edge of this ledge, which is only like 4 or 5 feet, like exposed to the elements. But you can see the top of the ladder kind of pegged into the front there, leading down. So, assuming you remember the layout that I described before, this is probably the one that's like broken halfway down, like above the other cave that you came up. The ledge seems to go off, like curling around on the outside of the spire, like off to the right. Fuck it. You're not trapped. Just leave. Look at him.
Oh,
can you see him?
He's just boom.
It's a trap.
Oh, corgi butt.
He's so cute.
But then suddenly there is a flurry of movement, Quellen, outside, and something very large. You just get a large black shape in the dark. You hear this kind of like, and then this large shape just goes swooping right by. Doesn't seem to notice you, but something very large with a very wide wingspan just whipped past the door.
Like, but I will turn to Aelin and just sort of mimic, like.
Blackwind's still like basically sitting under this cluster of things that's just kind of like vibrating.
Could Aelin see that as well from there? Or is his angle not the thing that moved? Well, you probably would have heard it, but you probably wouldn't have been looking that direction to see it, because you were... And Quillen takes up... Yeah. Sure. No, that's fair. Totally fair.
What do you guys do?
Now that Archie's here, I'm going to point up at the creatures, and then I'm going to mimic the exploding thing, and then...
With a sad look on my face, I'm just gonna like point questioningly to Al in my hat and be like, "Really?"
Oh, hi. Does Rocket want to play?
No,
Buddy.
he wants out of the room.
He's such a good boy.
Sorry, I was not paying attention. What did you guys just say? You mimicked her.
How high is the ceiling? Yeah, I mimicked the...
In this room, it's probably like 15 feet up. Maybe. Like, you could reach that cluster of things with the glaive. But...
How big is Al's explosion?
It's not tiny. It's 20 feet of where he explodes.
It'd fill the entire room, plus part of the hallway.
Well... yeah, because I can't see how big the room is.
If we were going to do it, we would want to back up back into where we were.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would, you would probably just be like, how big? And I'd be like, you know. I'm sure I can't do it, but I'm sure Archie can figure out a way to describe, like,
we've seen the
like
explosion.
it's going to come and hit like this here.
Yeah.
We've seen Gerald blow up.
That's true. You've seen it multiple times.
It's a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, 20 foot from where the creature explodes. Each creature within 20 feet of the target creature must make the dex saving throw.
So even if you targeted against the wall, that's
like
basically
the wall
what
at the back.
It would cover the entire room, floor to ceiling, and like this where aliens in.
Yeah.
So yeah, she'd probably like point to you and Blackwind and go.
Like, you want to kill us?
No, you'll get hit. If
you two.
If I'd be like, if Al explodes, you two, we're gonna get hit.
And I'll look to Blackwind and see if he got it.
I love the miming of this. It's great.
I just shrug. Like,
yeah, and then I'd just be like,
Well, let's I'll just point to the row of people because we need to back up.
Yeah. All right. So
Do
yeah,
the
the
whole,
Jonas like back up.
I push back.
Donovan can't see you.
I don't know what's going on.
So
Jonah can, though.
Jonah,
right?
Jonah can. So I'd assume
Jonah
Jonah
kind of like
would
turns
help
and
Jonah
pokes
go.
to Donovan, and he's just like, "Back up, Archie's doing something."
I actually I put my finger up. I'm like, hold that thought, but back up. So just
Donovan.
I got an idea. I point at my head because I pull an Ouroboros, and then when everybody backs up, I will follow.
I'm assuming, Aelin, you can sneak by me. Is it a 5 foot roughly space?
You can squeeze by. I need another stealth check to squeeze by without making noise.
Well, why wouldn't you just back
Never
up?
I guess that's true. He can fly. I can I don't have to be close to do it. He's a bird.
Ouroboros. And oops,
I think I need
I
to
get
go one more.
spells.
It's so cozy in here.
Yeah, because if Coolin and Blackwind, Coolin can stay where he is if he wants.
This
I'm gonna assume that you guys
Thinking
kind of
Cloud
give me
level 3.
a direction to sort of just like, because I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I did not prepare the message spell today, so I can't just whisper to anybody anything. I was like, we're going up a freaking tower. What do I need that for? Yeah.
I'll pull back, but I'd be like, I pull out Ouroboros and I'm like, it makes a poisonous cloud. And it's not noisy and explodey.
Sure.
I just gotta, I don't know what spell it is. Is it level 3
Taylor
or?
wants us to do both. I think.
Yeah.
Ranger.
Like I say, it's not like I say, the self-destruct. It's not thunderous. It's a, you know, it's not like a thunder wave or something.
Yeah, it's lightning, not thunder.
It's lightning, not thunder.
It does kill your familiar, though.
Sure does.
Well, depends on how much health the familiar has.
He has 1 hit point.
1 hit point. No. No. Yeah, he does. It was because it was 1d4 minus 1. I was like, I swear it was it's 1.
So what if you roll a 1? It has 0 hit points and just dies?
I think the minimum is 1.
So this is a 20-foot radius of nauseating gas. And anything that starts in it, let's see, I don't know if it does damage or not.
It doesn't.
No, but it
Makes
will. Oh, okay, I thought it maybe it did damage to a little bit or knocked them out.
No, it makes them makes creatures that fail con saves spend their actions retching and wreathing, and yeah, so it doesn't actually do any damage.
Okay.
And then we're fighting in it as well. So. Although I could make it so that they're retching and breathing. But
So how long does it last?
For a minute, or unless there's wind that blows it away. It doesn't have to be an explosion. I point out it could be an airy ale type spell.
Right, but we want to try and damage them, correct?
Yeah, no, I just wasn't sure if you had something different in mind.
No, I have nothing else other than self destruct is my AoE. That's all I have.
Well, don't forget to put a crash helmet on your owl.
I just pull him down and just like, you're such a good boy. I'll break that.
Jonah has flaming sphere. I don't know if he had that prepared though, so we'll say maybe he doesn't.
I've never seen him use it yet.
Yeah, he knows it, but I don't.
What are you guys trying to do?
There's some kind of bugs, big bugs that, and over 10 of them.
Okay.
Big scary.
Yeah.
They got.
I'm worried if
Start pulling.
I'm worried if we go out the tunnel to the outside, if something agitates them and they come shooting out of that tunnel, that's going to be a bad time for anybody trying to stay on the ledge.
Okay.
Would we be able to describe him as a very large mosquito?
Are we fighting them?
I think that's the idea.
the plan.
Well, we're worried that like they almost started flying around after.
Can you guys all give me another stealth check
Jesus.
as you're whispering back and forth to see if you disturb anything?
I don't know if you can put flaming sphere anywhere that's not on the ground.
I don't think he has it. I think he's used blur before. I think that's what he's got actually prepared. Because I don't think he has his whole list. That's just one he knows.
I'm whispering so quiet.
Yeah, you guys are.
Gerald's not moving.
So you guys are
Fucking
whispering. You
Gerald.
don't seem to be disturbing anything in your
So
as you whisper.
what's the plan?
Okay, so Aelin is thinking I send my bird in and explode it just to get a big initial burst of damage.
Or does he have web? He had web once. Whether or not that's...
The problem is we don't know what he has prepared today, right?
Well, and we just want to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we damage a bunch of them, piss them off, and then hopefully fight them in here, where we're not going to get thrown off the tower.
Well, if you want to use, I'm fine with that. I just, like I said.
Okay. Yeah, unless you know anything about giant mosquitoes, Donna Quinn.
I can't. Well, I know about mosquitoes.
They're big.
These are bat sized.
But I know about giants.
Could somebody describe them for me? I might be able to remember something else if I know what they look
It's
like.
effectively what we're trying to do right
you could roll. You could roll nature with disadvantage, Sean, without seeing them yourselves.
Ooh, not bad. Better than mine.
It's fair.
A couple of things come to mind. Without seeing them yourself, you couldn't 100% confirm. They could very well be giant mosquitoes. Those exist in Chult. There's also... they could be sturges. Sturges are not actually insects at all. They are they're kind of they're kind of an awkward mix.
Yeah, where's night bats?
Like a cross between a bat and a mosquito, which kind of sounds like what they're describing. Sturges do drain blood and attach to creatures until they get their fill. Usually they don't look to kill, they look to feed, and once they're sated, they move on. But lots of them could definitely drain a person dry. But they're not strong creatures. They're very much like normal mosquitoes. A quick swat will usually kill one. But that's why they usually swarm. Try to get like a whole bunch of them on, and then if half of them get away with some... It's like normal mosquitoes, right? If a few of them get away, the colony lives on, and the rest of them die for the cause. So they could be sturges. If so, like, they're not terribly dangerous, but they... yeah.
If you think there were... I could possibly... Actually, I haven't... Just a second, I can't remember. It says within range. It doesn't say I have to see it.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
I'm just... I technically have... I could use Moonbeam. Blast a bunch of stuff in a certain radius.
Oh, yeah.
Certain
You
area.
pick a point, and then it's within 5 feet of that point, basically. So you would center it.
Yeah.
With
If thinking of trying to do like a area of effect stuff to damage a bunch first of all as much as we can. I figure that would be more effective than call lightning. I have to be able to see. And that seems like overkill.
Yeah.
But Moonbeam doesn't say I have to see it on, so it's a point within range.
So basically, you'd have to go around the corner a little bit.
I don't know if Corey, is that something I can cast just ahead of me type of thing, or is it something else that I would have to know where I can see? It just says it's centered on a point within range, but I'm assuming I have to be able to see. Well, I guess I could just say, somebody could say, cast that X amount of feet in front of, like, technically, right? I don't have to see the point.
If I'm blind, can I cast a spell that doesn't require a target?
If that's what we think of. That's what we do. That's an option.
Sure, even if you made it up to where I'm standing.
Yeah, as long as you have line of effect. Yeah, because basically you can just say, I'm casting it 20 feet in that direction.
Yeah, like I said, I would
you don't have to actually be able to see, you just have to have line of effect. So you
I'll get Blackwind or Aelin so to let me tell me also like how far to cast it ahead that they think would be a good spot for it and so like that to start. If that's how we want to start.
And does it hit the ceiling or is it like a beam like that?
It's a 40-foot high cylinder centered at a point.
Wow.
5
Hey.
foot.
It would basically fill the cavern.
No,
Yeah, you know, 5 foot radius.
it's a
Almost.
5 foot radius, but it's
Yeah,
40
so
feet
it
tall.
fills 4 squares.
Sure.
If you
We
could,
can. It's
I,
10 feet.
well, I'm not
There.
really with you guys. I can't really say.
are you? Oh, you're on the other side, aren't you?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
south side.
It's like,
Yeah, Quillen is sort of like over there, like
Where's Quillen? By the way. do we
Quillen's
find
past,
ways?
you can probably hear like them whispering. You're like, what are they waiting for? I thought they were blowing something up.
all right, we give you the thumbs up, Donovan.
Yeah,
Well, I can't
I'll
see
turn to
anything.
Archie, and I'll be like, start with the moonbeam, and then Al if we need it.
I'll move up just to the edge and be ready with my
And
flying.
I don't have to. I don't have to move. I just have to be able to see where you guys go. 'Cause this thing I can cast to 120 feet. So
and if I see them, well, no, I wouldn't see them doing anything. So never mind.
you're like, I want to tell him something.
Sorry, babe.
I'm at the intersection so that if any of them start flying out, I can swat them. So you can see me, but
You know he can't. Start.
oh,
I can't see nothing.
He doesn't have
I
dark
can't
vision.
I thought there was some dim light pouring in, but he's in the dim light area.
No, the entire this is darkness. The only place that has dim light is like basically where Quillen is standing in this
That's
little
what I'm
hallway.
saying. Where he is. He's in the dim light.
Yeah, Quillen
But-
looking back north just sees like a wall of darkness further back than that.
We've abandoned you.
So once Quillen, or not Quillen, but Donovan, let's go with the boom beam. I don't know if it actually has a lighting effect, but
Oh yeah,
It does.
It does.
Okay.
It's,
It's a silver beam of pale
it's
light.
dim
It-
light. Yeah.
dim sum.
So okay, so Sean,
I-
you do need line of effect. So you need to be if you want to cast it here, you need to be at least where Blackwind's standing. You can't cast through the wall because you don't have line of
Right.
effect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just waiting for somebody to let me know where to go and see because I can't see nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up, and then I'm gonna kind of guide Donovan, yeah, towards Blackwind.
Well, if somebody has a torch back there, they could light a torch too. But
Well, I thought the whole point was we didn't want to have light to distract them. Was that the
I mean,
Yeah.
they'll see it. They're line of sight.
So, like, why are we in the dark this whole time then? You're right, torch. Like, I have torches. Like,
The only reason why I have it turned on my ring is because I'm directly underneath them. So,
Well.
but I gave you a tap, and then I
guess moonbeam.
I
at
was
you.
basically 5 feet or
You
whatever.
burn yourself.
But Blackwood just kind of like points your finger in the direction you need to cast it.
I'm helping from
About
behind.
10 feet
Yeah.
10 feet that way.
10 feet that way.
Tails got me.
I love it.
Alright.
I mean, you can move it as an action too. So if you miss, there's a chance
You-
to reposition it.
I think it's bonus action to move it, isn't it?
No,
Or is it action? It's action?
action.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Gripper and Ripper.
So you cast Moonbeam?
I will, yes. I will cast moonbeam in the area so that they are pointing.
Ah,
A large
just say-
cylinder
yeah.
of opalescent light appears suddenly in the room, fills from floor to ceiling with this glowing kind of bluish silver light, and there is a sudden screech as the whole pack of them kind of like bursts forth. There's probably about maybe 15 or 20 of them as they burst forth, all of which are instantly incinerated by these silver blue flames, like moths hitting like a bug zapper. They just burst into flames and like splatter all over the ground, so they're crackling and burning, killing all of them instantly.
Since Moonbeam lit it up, does Donovan know what they were?
Yeah, you can make. Well, you made a nature check. Seeing them, you confirm your hypothesis that these are sturges.
I really wanted you to like. They're actually baby terrafolk.
God.
Oh God! Are we the baddies? No. Yeah, you incinerate them all. They have like 2 hit points each. Moonbeam does 2d10. Whoosh! They just all incinerate. And
Wow.
yeah.
I thought it was just a couple you guys were talking about.
Yeah, lots of them.
So did I.
We
some
counted
of them get
rough
like
number of
5 feet, like fluttering towards you, and just burn in the air and spiral down, hit the
We're
ground.
making a mess in this place. First it was like the spiders, and now it's all these sturgeons.
Yeah, leaving nothing but
alright.
smoking, kind of slowly smoldering, burned bugs. It fills the air with a very, well, you've smelled big moths that land on buzz zappers. That's
Gross.
just kind of this acrid burning, like, oh.
It's like feet back on the menu, boys.
I'm just patting Al like happily that I still have him.
Your time may still come.
I imagine you probably maintain concentration. Just make sure everything's dead.
Yeah, I tell everybody, don't step in there. By the way, don't step in there.
I'll turn on my ring now, just because now that they're toast, and then once you're certain that they're well done, we can drop it, and then just take a quick look around in there.
Quillen,
After you drop
can
it.
see Donovan. You can see bright light emits from Blackwind's ring.
My eyes.
I'm gonna immediately turn back around towards the exit,
Good call.
just to see if, because I noticed the one terrorfolk fly past. I was gonna keep an eye out, keep an ear out.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
I will drop the moonbeam as well for you.
Okay.
Yeah. That was fine.
Yeah, Quillen, you're looking out. It's difficult to hear because you can just hear this constant whistle of wind, blowing past the tower. It is still like lightly spitting rain, but it's not like raining. It's just kind of like hitting. But yeah, looking out, you don't see any shapes as you kind of peer out in the darkness. Of course, you were just looking at a bright light that Blackwind turned on, so when you turn around, it's kind of like getting that after image out of your eyes. But no, you don't see anything flying around. But you got pretty good vision too, so yeah.
I'll poke around the body, see if it had anything of note.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, it is a yeah, the Desiccated Corpse, you do see has some tattered clothing and a rotting purse on the belt. You do, just looking through, like, there's like some basic gear, but it looks kind of old. Like, this corpse might have been here for quite a while, like maybe like months or even longer, but it's been like, so it's kind of in a bad state of decay. You can see, looking it over, that I mean, the gear is kind of like pitted and kind of like some of it's like tattered and rotten, nothing really of value like mundane wise. But you do see in the purse, there are a couple things. There is some gold pieces, about 15 gold pieces. They do have a gold ring on the one finger. It's kind of gold with a I'm not sure what a carnelian is, but a carnelian stone set in it. As well, tucked in the pouch, there are 2 what looks like onyx figurines that are carved in this shape that you recognize. They look like little chwingas carved out of onyx. And yeah, there's 2 small ones in the pouch as well. So I put all of that in the party sheet.
Carnelians are like an orangey gem.
Yeah, Aelin, you could because you have the ability to just know if Blackwind, if you show it to him, the ring's probably worth about 60 gold. The onyx figurines, that they're pretty small, but that amount of onyx carved like that's probably worth like 50 gold or so each, if you can find a buyer. No, but that's about all. Everything else is just kind of like mundane equipment that doesn't look like it's worth using. There's maybe some rations, but they're kind of gross and not edible anymore.
Old rations on molding bodies. That's the best. I think we just store that stuff into the gold we can split, I guess, but the onyx and whatever, any of the jewelry or statuettes, we just put into the bag of holding for now.
Sure.
I mean, it's just easier that way for now, unless the bag of holding pops.
I'll put them on Jonah's sheet then, and he can whatever. When you guys find some more gold, it'll be distributed. There's 3 gold in the party sheet. It's fine.
That's fine. Cool.
Yeah, but otherwise nothing much of value. Definitely killed by surges, it looks like.
We've made some money. This expedition is now in the black. No. I don't know why I decided it is, but it is. All right. Shall we sally forth? I'll turn off my ring if this gets into the open area then.
There's no other. It's just south, right? There's nothing to the north. There's
nothing. No,
just a cave
and dead bugs. If Quillen lets me by or whatever, I'll kind of swipe. I can sneak by if you let me. So.
Sure.
How long does Pass Without Trace last?
It's an hour. So.
An hour? Oh, okay. Plenty of time.
Yeah.
Then. You guys haven't been here even close to that yet, probably. You've probably been. I'd say from the time you turned it on to the time now, you've been moving. You haven't been moving super slow, so I would say you probably have. It's been like 15-20 minutes.
Sure. I mean, that was the longest.
It takes a long time for you guys to decide what to do and move things around and decide on actions. But really, in actual like game like world time, it's probably only been like 15-20 minutes. You haven't been like sitting around doing much like in between, so.
Yeah, we haven't taken any stops or anything.
So yeah, you can see as you step closer to the edge here, standing in the standing in those 2 squares there, you can feel like just standing there, you can feel like relatively, it's not like constant, but relatively strong like gusts of wind kind of like tugging at your clothing periodically out on the ledge here and kind of like whistling by. A couple small drops probably hit you on your forehead. But it looks relatively dry, although it's also fairly thin in spaces as well. I'm sure it's probably not very concerning to Quillen. Right now he does have wings, but you are 160 feet off the ground, so that might be a concern for you as well, potentially.
I'll move to the ledge so I can kind of look around it and look. I mean, I can't see far, so I'm not gonna spend too much time looking around. But
okay, yeah, looking down, you can see this very dilapidated tower that seems to have been collapsed or destroyed about I think it's about 30 feet down. And then there's a big gap from there, like a 70-foot gap from there. Directly below you is the other ledge that you climbed up on into the other cave. And the ground far below that, just kind of this dark, like, patch of grass down there.
We still have our ropes with us? Or are they still down below?
I mean, you didn't tie them to anything.
Yeah.
So I assumed you just took them with you.
Yeah. There's no reason to leave them.
I'll say maybe if you hang on to this end of the rope there, Quill and I will walk around holding the other end. Just in case, as a backup.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's do it.
Which way should I go, maybe? I can go left or right?
Right.
I guess, sure, right. Okay. So,
you're right or camera right?
Camera right?
Stage left?
I'm gonna move this way because it looks like that corner gets kind of tight there. Maybe.
Both I don't know which way you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to that edge actually.
Okay, so you've got. Do you tie a rope around you? And then
I'm hanging on
the other. So you're just holding.
So like
the
I'll
rope.
wrap my arm around it.
So, okay, so
You
you're
know how you
holding the
kinda
rope, and Quellen's doing the same thing on his side.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I mean, if I fall, I don't think it would be good because then it would probably just yank him off too.
No, I got it.
Yeah, I got it.
So
He's strong.
yeah, you get up here as you're walking here.
Oh my God, a dice!
Of course. As you're walking, you get close to the wall, and suddenly there's like just a big like gust of wind just kind of hits you, just out of the blue, just and you feel it tugging at you. Can you give me a dexterity? No wait, a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of like, it kind of like gusts at you, but you just kind of like flatten yourself against the wall, and you're fine.
I had a feeling that wind would be a bit blowy. Okay, so making sure I don't have too much slack. So I'm 10, 20, so I'm gonna peel around the corner a bit more carefully, I guess.
Okay, you can see about 20 feet north of you. You can see the base of another ladder. This ladder.
I got here.
Sorry, just give me 1 sec.
I'm just counting how many feet I've rolled out right now, roughly. So it's only 10, 25.
Yeah, this ladder, it looks like it's about, from where you can see, like it connects fully from the ground up to another ledge. The entire length of the ladder is probably 80 plus feet up there, maybe 80, 90 feet to the top of that ladder. It seems to be the only other way to go, because the ledge
So far.
ends just past it.
Who knows what's on the other side?
Can I see anything 120 feet above us? Or just in the area around?
120. You can. I mean, you can see, because anyone who looks up can see it in the distance. You can see like the flickering of like the beacon that's glowing at the top. But from here to the top of the actual spire is further than 120 feet from where you are. So you can see there's the wall up there, and then there's kind of like this indistinct patch. But if you want, you can make a perception check to see. The wind is kind of like gusting, and there's rain kind of spattering down now, just a little bit. But let's see. Yeah, you don't see nor hear anything flying around in the darkness. Maybe they're roosting now, with the weather turning slightly.
Yeah, I see Donoquin coming up, and I would just kind of gesture for Archie and the rest to follow.
So now that I see this too, I'll come back around the corner, taking up the slack. Once I get there, once I'm able to see them or whatever, I'll tell Quillen I'll tug on the rope 5 times in a row, and then somebody can start coming around, holding onto the rope. I'll hang onto the other end as a safety device. Between the two of us, we should be able to make it to the next ladder.
So you're saying I'll stay here and then let the other people go around me while I provide an anchor on the other end?
Yeah, and I'm going to anchor the other end.
Got it.
Then people can kind of hold onto the rope as they're walking.
Yeah. I'll give you the heads up or the thumbs up, and I'll motion to Aelin. It's like, come on, let's go.
You know what'd be really useful is pittance.
I have those.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think I have some too. Yeah,
Really?
My time.
But
Yeah, well,
they're gonna be loud.
Because you gotta go
It'll be
bing,
muffled
bing,
a bit.
bing, bing to get in.
It's still, it's
Uh,
muffled.
But yeah, no, I've got 20 of them.
Baz
Wow.
is holding.
Yeah, I've got another 10.
Because you could also selectively put them in places too that would hold too, could you not? If it's got crevices and stuff, but that would probably work really good for safety wise then. A lot better than having. What do you guys think? Should we use them?
I think.
Or are you happy with just the two anchors?
We're trying to be stealthy.
Yeah.
I think us holding it like this should be okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Will
but
do.
good to have in mind.
Yeah. I actually like heavily tightened.
Yeah, like I left my stuff down below, but I picked out specific things to bring. That was
I
one of
did
them.
too. But, okay, Corey, I'll make my way to the ladder.
No torches.
Okay.
Whether or not it gets gusty.
Yeah, you make your way to the base of the ladder, kind of hold the
And I believe
the rope tight. I think that is
10.
25. Yeah, that's a 50-foot coil between the two of you, roughly.
Yeah, so I can make it.
So it's basically taut between the two of you. If you've got it wrapped around and like holding it, it's like taut against the wall, so you can kind of hold it.
I think 50 feet gets me right past the ladder, just by 1 square. But
Oh, sure, that's fine.
between that, yeah, I pull on it 5 times, just or whatever, as best as I can, because it's 50 feet of rope going around a corner.
Aelin, as you get to the corner here, another gust of wind batters at you. Give me a dex saving throw with advantage because you have this rope.
All right. I'm good at those.
Yeah.
Easy.
You
You're
fall.
holding on. It
Yeah.
you know, buffets you a bit, but you're just kind of like, whatever. I got a rope. I'm a monk. I'm good.
I don't need no stick and rope.
And then I'll wave at Quillen or whatever to indicate send the next person.
Donovan, let's go.
Okay.
Hut, hut, hut.
Seems safe.
Don Quinn, you make it. No wind bothers you. The elements favor you.
Damn druids.
Seems safe.
Aelin, I say you might as well climb up. I don't think my silence will muffling will protect you the whole way, but I don't think we
Yeah,
can all gather up here.
No, that's fine.
I don't know how that ladder is either. It's probably not great.
Yeah, how's the ladder look?
Hold on. The winds also favor Jonah. So Jonah, actually, he's probably like halfway here. Donnaquin's like here. I assume you guys are kind of like going as people are going, right? Like you're not waiting.
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
With the
No reason to wait.
yeah, Archie, you're probably like here.
Yeah, I would send Gerald ahead of me, by the way, first.
Okay, Archie, you're back here.
So that way I can slow fall him at least part. If I can't, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, so as you guys are kind of like making your way, Archie, you're just getting out there. Aelin, you're looking at this. You're looking up at this ladder. You can see the top of the ladder, because you still got your. How long does your vision thing last?
10 minutes. And I
10 minutes.
activated it when we came inside.
Yeah, so you've probably still got
Yeah.
a couple minutes left, anyways. Not a huge amount of time left on it, because you did spend some time in that cave discussing and searching the body and stuff.
Yeah.
So you looking up, you can see at the top. The ladder itself looks similar to the other ladder down below. Little rickety in parts, might have some weak spots. You'll have to be careful climbing it. And looking at the top, you do see that there is a little bit of like, there might be some sort of like small fire or something in that. There must be a cave up there at the top of that ladder, like a mouth. You can't see it from down here, but there's like a little just flicker of light at the top. You also will see Blackwind, Donnaquin, Aelin, and Quillen, all of you will notice this. Jonah and Archie do not. But you will see a large shape, kind of a light off the top of the spire, not where that cliff is, kind of lights off the top and just kind of makes a lazy, like kind of like 360, just kind of around the tower. Dives a little bit, but not down nearly as close, like probably still like 100 feet or more away from you. Kind of dives down. Definitely a terrafolk. As it dips into the edge of your vision, kind of lands on the ledge, like, and you can see its wings kind of like splayed out behind it. It's kind of like gripped onto this ledge, like next to, not where the ladder is, but kind of just off to the side a bit. And it just kind of like stretches its wings a little bit and lets out like a loud like screeching kind of cawing sound, and then hops off and flaps away like northwest over like the jungle canopy.
Can I determine its like intent and stuff like that, and its like mannerism?
You could roll an insight check. It's out. No, I'm saying no.
No.
He's too far away. Too far away for you to see clearly. The alien can because of his vision, 120 feet, but you can't really see very well. So you would hear it and hear like the flapping and kind of see this dark shape, but it's without. Yeah, you can't really make it out too well. All right. So, Aelin, you want to try to start climbing as people are getting closer to you?
Yeah. Whose rope are we using to go around the tower right now?
I don't know. Quillen's, Blackwind's, one of theirs. You guys
If
both have rope?
Blackwind or Donaquin have a rope, I would request to borrow it.
I do not have any.
I think all the rope is on one.
I know that we tied 2 ropes together because we needed it to be longer.
Yeah,
than 50
I need that
feet.
again, basically. I have 50 feet of rope. I just need another roll of it.
Well,
Had I given you my rope? Is that the rope you used, or did you have one of your own? Because
I
there was
had
plenty of
one
rope.
of my own,
Okay.
and then when I realized I needed it to be longer than 50, we just sort of blanketly said, "We've got more rope. We'll tie another one together." We didn't specify any for a specific person.
Gotcha.
So we got an extra 50-foot coil.
Yeah, because Black.
Or
We'll say that
Yeah.
the 2 that you tied together to start, we'll say was Blackwind's and Archie's, because
Okay.
Blackwin has a coil and Archie had a coil.
I had a coil.
So do you guys have another coil? A third
Because
coil?
I mean,
I have one.
and Quillen has one.
And
too.
Quillen has one. Okay.
So
Quillen has one. So we'll say it's Quillen and Archie's. Blackwin has another one. Aelin's got one. So Blackwin, you can hand yours to Aelin.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without having to make your way
together.
back to the other side again.
Yeah. Tie them together, and I'm going to start climbing. And what I'd like to do is, like, essentially every round, whenever I stop, I want to just loop it through the ladder so that if I fall, at least hopefully have something. And I'm going to tie the end of it around my waist so that if I fall, I have something to, like, catch back onto the ladder. Hopefully.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So you take, so you got 2 coils, 100 feet of rope. So you start climbing. If you could give me a...
Can I do it similar to the other one where if I'm grabbing like where it's connected to the stone instead of, because we were doing it 2 ways, right? We had the rope and then we had there were 2 different checks.
Well, the first time around you had Quillen at the top holding the rope. You dropped it down.
But I wasn't using that. I was using whatever we did. We had 2 different checks for it because I would rather not do the one that's athletics.
Yeah, one was a dexterity athletics, wasn't it? Oh no, strength. To athletics, I think was the rope, and then
because that's
the
typical.
ladder was something else.
The ladder is a.
It was a rope ladder hanging.
Because you're right, it was a different
typical.
check. It wasn't a normal.
Yeah, it's
athletics.
a dexterity athletics check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a dexterity athletics check. Yeah.
Yeah, so slightly better for me. Okay, yeah, I'll start climbing. I'm just rolling sleight of hand because it's easier. Fuck me, man.
Okay.
Better than a 5, I guess.
Yeah, you pick your way slowly. You get probably about halfway up. Looping in seems fine. Like a couple times you like catch yourself just before you're about to put weight on one. Like you grab it and you kind of pull it. And you hear this kind of like, and you're like, oh, okay, grab the next one.
That one.
But you make it about halfway up, carrying the rope with you and kind of looping it around here and there. So we'll say I'm just gonna put you here. Indicates halfway up. So Donna Quinn, you make it there. The rain starts to come down a little bit harder. it's still like lightly spitting rain, but it's definitely going to start raining. You hear like kind of like probably see like a flash of lightning in the sky, and then like a rumble of thunder, but it seems a ways off. So Archie gets around the corner here. Aelin, you want to climb the rest of the way, or Donquin?
Yeah.
Are you just gonna follow up? Or are you gonna wait for him to? Are you sorry with the rope? You left the bottom at the bottom.
Yeah, if I see Donquin starting to climb, I'd be like,
okay.
Alexei,
I know I can't hold him.
Fair enough.
I just give him.
I feel that tug on the rope, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh god. Okay, so Donovan, you're just gonna wait at the bottom of the ladder, just kind of looking up.
Yeah, the terror in his eyes and so that made me want to just kind of stay there.
All right. Okay. Aelin, can you give me another check for the rest of the way?
Yeah. And then when I get near the top, I'd like to move more carefully. Boy, just climbing, man.
Yeah.
If I get near the top, I would like to move more carefully, knowing that there's light up there.
Yeah, it seems okay. Again, it's a little shaky at times, but you get close to the top. If you want to give me a stealth check.
Yeah.
That's better.
Nice. You're outside of his range.
Yeah,
by the
I
way.
think so. Yeah.
He's totally out of it. But still good.
All right. Aelin, you are no longer. Need more maps.
More maps.
Aelin, you are at the top of the ladder. Can you see? You can.
Yes, I can. I can see the ledge that I'm standing on.
There you go.
There we go. Yep.
So yeah, you kind of climb up to the edge here, and you can see that there is. Just have to adjust something here. There we go. There. Sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry, bear with me, guys.
No problem.
There. I think you can see that now. You can see that there's light, kind of like a flickering light, and there's a bit of smoke that's kind of accumulated along the edge, but it kind of clears up pretty quickly, just in various directions. You're not sure if it's filtering. It must be filtering out through another way because there's not a lot of smoke coming out this way. But there's definitely some sort of. You can hear like the crackling now of like a fire around the corner, kind of down in that direction, and.
Oh, I don't think it matters. Yeah. I could use my arms to climb because they're still out too. But it's the same.
You can hear what sounds to be some light, kind of like almost like squawking sounds. And then you will see a kind of smaller looking terrafolk, kind of like with his wings kind of folded down, kind of like crouching, kind of stumbles around from this other passageway and into your line of sight there. Once I
freeze.
There he is. Doesn't look as large as the ones that you fought back in Umbala. And in the dim light, he doesn't seem to notice you. Are you actually like climbed up the tower, or just kind of like peeking over the edge?
I think at this point I'm peeking over until I know it's safe to actually climb up. Yeah.
So yeah, and it kind of like walks, kind of like almost like a shambling, kind of like it's got a bit of a limp or something, and just seems like a little bit smaller and less terrifying than the very large ones you fought in Umbala. Kind of makes some clicking, squawking noises that you can't understand, and then kind of moves and kind of stands there. I think you can still see him, right? Yeah. Kind of stands there, seemingly talking to, in this chirping, kind of clicking language, to something. You hear one, maybe two, maybe three other voices kind of chittering back, but it's hard to get the exact numbers without.
Yeah, I'll stay there for a bit, unless it seems like he's not going to move.
Yeah. Archie, as Jonah and Gerald kind of like back up to where Donaquin is, are you going to stay like in line of sight of Quillen, or Quillen, are you going to start moving yourself, or you're kind of holding the rope as the anchor on this side? Are you going to move like yourself to like the corner? You can still anchor it by like wrapping it as you're walking, right?
Yes, exactly. I'll move over to the corner.
Okay. Does Gerald or me need the dex saves like the others did?
No large gusts of wind so far. I've been rolling for it. Just the first couple people that went out got hit by them.
Yeah, then I would, I'd sort of move as Quillen moves, just to make sure. I mean, he's got wings, so I'm not really too worried about him falling versus everyone else.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
All right, so you guys are all kind of on this ledge, getting hit by rain. The wind is blowing and picking up and tugging at you, but not like big gusts that are like knocking you off balance or anything. And just kind of like looking at Aelin. Those of you who can see him can just barely make him out up there, kind of at the edge. But what do you do, Aelin? You're just watching?
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'll wait like 30 seconds, a minute to see if we'll say 30 seconds. See if anything happens. If he moves anywhere.
Sure. Sean, you can say something?
I'm gonna go up the ladder, but I'm going to shapeshift into a Jakuli to do it.
Into a what?
It's called a Jakuli.
Jakuli.
Yeah.
Is this the first time Donaquin has shapeshifted?
Not into this, yes, but not
completely.
He was an alligator.
I've done an alligator. I've done an ape.
Right. So what's a Jakuli?
It's like a jacuzzi.
It's like a snake type thing and stuff like that, basically.
Cool.
It resembles stuff like a long snake. Basically like a snake.
So it's like you're slithering up vines.
It has like scales and stuff like that, like an arrow shaped like head, like that. Yeah, with like horns and stuff like that.
It's also a large creature.
Is it large?
Yep.
Maybe not then.
Yeah, it's like a giant snake. They're not teeny things.
I meant to say an ape.
Oh, okay.
A giant ape.
Famously
a giant spider.
Famously terrible at climbing.
Is there anything else that they have that I can?
Donaquin becomes one of the big spiders we just saw.
I don't think I have any like snakes or something like that, do I? I think so. Everything's giant.
When it comes to like mundane animals, does he still have to have like
You could do. Oh, constrictor snake is large.
Yeah, that one's large.
You could turn into a poisonous snake.
I wasn't sure what other stuff I had.
That's like tiny though.
You know I love poisonous snakes.
Everybody does. But no, just for now. So I'll turn into what you got then. I'll just turn into an 8 for now. That's fine. I didn't realize that was so large.
He's a big snake boy. It's cool looking though.
So yeah, I'll turn into an 8 and stuff, so then it'll help my climbing speed.
Yeah, you don't even have to make a roll, because
like I said, I won't bother.
You don't even have to use the ladder. You can just climb the wall if you want.
Is there a rope still down here or no? Like, is there one attached to?
There's a rope that Blackwin and Quillen are holding on either end of, and then there's a rope that Aelin has he's tying to the ladder at different increments on the way.
Okay.
And but it's going all the way down to where you guys are.
Okay, I just want to make sure there was still a rope there, so like that. So then so then I will climb up on to Aelin's.
All right. Are you going to be doing this slow, like stealthily? You're trying to?
No, not really. No, like I say, it's like I'm just gonna try getting up as quick as I can, technically.
And are you on the wall or on the ladder?
What's that?
Are you on the wall or are you on the ladder?
If I can just go on the wall and stuff like that, if it's fine, I'll just go up. Yeah, like I said.
Sure. So you climb pretty easily, being a ape. I guess you can't see that. I'm gonna move your actual token over there so you can see it, because you can't see the ape's line of sight, can you? There you go.
Oh.
So I have your ape token. You're actually an ape, but in case there's combat, but for line of sight purposes, I'll put your actual token there. So Aelin, you see this this ape. Yeah, I mean, you've seen Donovan turn into an ape before in Nangalar, but he just kind of like scampers up the wall next to you.
Maybe it has distinctive features on stuff that they recognize on stuff from Donovan or something.
Sure. It's got the little blue. Remember you said your shell turns blue or whatever when you cast spells?
Oh yeah, it's
little
blue
designs like on your fur.
That's the eye. The eyes are like that.
Yeah.
It's cool.
All right.
Just point towards where I saw the Terrafolk and mimic the wings, but smaller.
Yeah, and
I'm assuming I can't.
You should be able to see it. Because there's actual light. Because there's a flickering. There's actually bright light flickering, and the dim light in the hallway here technically.
Okay.
So yeah, you can see this Terrafolk.
Yeah. While I'm waiting to see if this Terrafolk does anything, do I see anywhere that would be good to affix the rope up here?
As I said, do you want me to hold the rope or something like that? I'm a lot stronger now.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless if there's nowhere else up to tie.
You could tie the rope to like the top, like there's like pittons where the ladder is like nailed into the top of the ledge at the top of the ladder, so you could tie it there, or but otherwise there's not really like rocky outcroppings or hooks or anything. It's just kind of.
We could tie it to that, and I could hold it anyway.
Yeah, that's
stuff, even though it's on and off, so I can support it. Because then you're free and so like that to move.
So Jonah down at the bottom here. Is he gonna go up, or I don't know? Did you?
Yeah, once it's tied, I would give him the thumbs up that we can start climbing up.
Okay. And
then I'll like pull myself up over the ledge, just onto the edge here. Yeah.
Okay. This Terrafolk doesn't seem to notice. They're still talking, kind of like, and you actually see him kind of like, looks like he's like crouched down, like, you know, like when you crouch on your like knees. He's kind of crouched down.
Yeah, I'd imagine we would be climbing the same way we did before, unless somebody says differently. Otherwise, we're just on a ledge. which feels a little weird to just hang out. No, because we don't know there's a Terrafolk up there, right?
Yeah.
So.
Are you? So
you
Jonah
would have seen the light, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jonah climbs pretty straightforward, no problems. About halfway up. Is Gerald going after him? If so, he needs a check as well. Dexterity.
Yeah, because there's only one up this time. So, you said it's an athletics dexterity, right? Because he is proficient in athletics.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah, Jonah's not gonna have any problem getting up there.
So this is Gerald. Negative. It'll be -1, so it's a 16 with dexterity.
And so yeah, Gerald gets up halfway, no problem. Are you going next?
Chat, buddy. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So Gerald's about halfway down when Archie's starting to climb. Jonah reaches the top of the ladder, but Donna-Quinn in ape form is there, and Aelin is kind of crouched there. Terrafolk seems oblivious. Does not seem to be paying attention to you guys out there. The wind up here is howling pretty good. Like it's making quite a lot of noise actually out here.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as I need to move, I'll move up to give space.
Yeah. Archie's halfway. Yeah, so Jonah's at the top, Gerald's like kind of like butting up against him. Donna-Quinn, are you climbed up like onto? Oh, he's not there. I think we'll say that he moves to here, just to give some space.
Hey, we've got a John.
Hi, John.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry about being late.
No problem.
All
You
good.
just died. That's all.
Yeah, sorry,
Oh, that's
Jonah.
cool. Finally.
Oh, the fight's-
Down with the shackled.
Oh, this
So
whole non-lethal bullshit. Oh god.
Mortal coil has been shed.
I thought
and
you
my
guys would
true
fight me
form has
against it.
been revealed. I am a lich.
I'm gonna kill so many characters. So many more people. It's gonna be great.
Just one by one swan diving off the top of Firefinger.
Well,
Jonah thinks he can fly. Actually, Jonah can fly with this boat. So.
well, yeah, but you know, I think I can too.
I believe I can fly.
Archie, can you give me one more check for the second half of the climb?
Yeah. Here's Gerald.
So we crawled around the
-1.
inside. There was a room full of sturges. Donna-Quinn obliterated them all. And
We're eating sturges.
Snuck around the outside and are climbing up another rickety rope ladder.
Nice.
And there's Terrafolk up in the next one. Small ones.
Hmm.
Or smaller ones.
The young one.
Crippled ones.
The younglings too.
So, okay, so here we
I
go.
was so bad at
So
climbing these ladders.
So Archie, you're trying to climb up the second half. So when Archie reaches halfway, is Blackwood going next or is Quillen?
I will go last.
Okay, so Blackwood, you'll hand the rope off to Quillen then, and you'll store it. Is that what's going on?
Sure.
I just want to know
that's
which of you has the rope in case someone dies.
Whoa.
I mean, we could loot their body.
That's a bold
Can you?
statement.
We'll find. You don't know how you'll die. Maybe you can. Okay, so Blackwood, you'll start climbing after Archie. If you can give me a check for the first half of your climb, as Archie attempts the second half of her climb.
I cannot. Where's my freaking rope from last campaign?
All right. So
Demon broke.
So this is what happens here. You guys are reaching the top. Aelin kind of steps kind of more into the hallway, and as you do so, Aelin, you can see down to the end of the hall. And For a moment, your eyes kind of lock with what looks to be a terrafolk, kind of crouched down, like on the ground. Kind of looks like he's almost like leaning, kind of in the corner. And just for a moment, you're like, ah, the jig is up. But then it kind of nuzzles its shoulder, and continues apparently sleeping. This guy here, you guys can all hear like this chittering chirping going on. However, before anybody else can act, there is a sudden cry from below. Well, maybe a cry. Let's see. Give me a wisdom saving throw, Liz. I want to see if you cry out in alarm, or if you're managed.
Archie.
Or you can
Archie's
just tell
not
me.
afraid of falling.
Okay, yes, it's up to you whether you cry out or not. But you're climbing up, and then suddenly the slat that your feet are on, just as you go to like pull up on it, it just snaps like clean off. And
Can I do something as a reaction to seeing that?
What? You're not very next to her.
If I saw, look, you said that she was halfway up the ladder, right?
She's more than halfway up.
I'm
Okay, yeah,
almost
right.
at the
She's
top.
she's like 60 feet up. Say when this happens.
Okay, then I would like just quickly fly up and try and like.
Okay, but you can't do that as a reaction.
Okay, fair enough. That's
right?
fine.
And also, you can't see her. It's dark.
Good point. Valid point.
So you wouldn't actually see her doing that. You would hear a crack, and does she cry out? I don't know. Because you find yourself trying to pinwheel backwards. If you can give me a dexterity saving throw, there is a rope there you can try to grab onto.
Okay.
To not actually fall. Yeah, you snag the rope and find yourself just kind of like dangling off of it.
Every time. Every fucking time.
The ladder, this kind of broken piece of slat, and you will see this, but Blackwood, it sails past you as you're climbing. And Blackwood, you would see her because you've got low light vision at least. She's about like 30 feet above you, and you see her just kind of like slip, grab the rope, and kind of like for a moment kind of do that thing where you kind of like spin and bang yourself against the wall. The slat just kind of like sails past you, Blackwind, and probably bounces off where Quillen's standing down below. It's kind of clang. Not clang, but it's a big thump.
Whack.
From the
I'm
jungle
super good
floor,
at this.
you hear, ah!
It hits a terrafolk that happened to be flying low.
Blackwind, you also will see as you're trying to climb up, the section of that Archie was climbing looks a little bit worse for wear. Some of the side of the ladder is kind of like pulled off the wall slightly. It's going to be a little more difficult for you to get past where she just was.
Sorry.
As I continue up, but if I catch up to her, I'll try to help her as best as I can, anyways. So.
Yeah. After she like rights herself, she's gonna look up and see she still has a bit of a ways to go. It was like 120 feet roughly total, right?
It's about 80.
Is that correct?
You're like 20 feet from the
80.
top. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you were about you're about 3/4 of the way up when that happened.
Right.
Blackwind's just like 20-30 feet below you. He's about like 1/3 of the way up.
Right.
And then Quillen's at the bottom right now.
I thought it was higher. Never mind. I'll wait.
So this happens. Sorry, I'm not sure if I got the answer. Did you actually cry out when that happened, or did you? No. Okay. So you.
As a note, Archie has absolutely no fear of heights or falling. She has demonstrated she has the slow fall ability. The feather fall, she's got no problem if she falls, really.
Okay. Well, with the whipping wind and at the top, the three of you guys that are up top don't actually notice that happened to Archie. So it doesn't affect what you're doing up here.
She's very proud of herself that she caught back on though without having to use her magic. That's never happened before.
So so you guys are kind of like, without moving in, you're kind of like, I guess somebody could move into this square here. I guess Gerald will climb up and just kind of stand there. But now there's not really any room for the next person, which is Archie, to get in.
Yep.
So you're
As
gonna
soon as we need space, I'll move up a little bit more.
Okay. Can you give me another stealth check?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm in the rope. That's right there.
Yeah. You move up. The creature you can just make out like kind of like this like tittering snore from this one over here. This one over here kind of like stretches like a little bit, like to stand up a little bit, and then crouches back down and continues talking. Doesn't seem to notice you're there, 10 feet away from it. Archie, if you can tempt the rest of your climb.
Yeah.
And then Blackwind as well, you're behind her, and Quillen if you're going to start.
Better.
Yeah, Archie's got her footing. She seems to make it to the top without an issue.
Like I said, she caught the rope. She's like, I'm awesome.
Blackwind, you have no difficulty with the climb at all. If you can, as you get to the top, if you can give me, I should ask, Archie, Joe, are you trying to be quiet as you climb to the top here?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna move
Absolutely.
Donna Quinn, because you said you were like securing the rope, so.
If I'm in 30 feet of you guys, anybody.
Yeah, so now you'll be within.
Woohoo!
And then Quillen, if you can give me your check. The last blind man in the line.
Yeah. Sorry.
Dexterity athletics check. If you don't have athletics, it's just a dex check. If you do, you get your bonus.
Or you could do strength athletics to climb the rope.
Yeah. I'll do the rope then.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, easy. So that's halfway. You just need one more. So Blackwind has no room now that Archie's up here. He's like near the top of the ladder, but he's like 5 feet down. There's no room for him anymore. And Quillen's about halfway down below him now. Haven't seemed to have learned these things, but
I'm about 60 feet from
40 up. You're halfway.
Yeah, you're about. We'll say you're about halfway up. Yeah.
I'm just gonna fly the rest of the way. Just damp out my wings and foom, and then sit down on the top.
Okay, there's no room up there, so as you get up there, you wouldn't have been able to see that from down there. So
you're right.
As you get up there, you suddenly realize there's nowhere for you to land, and you have to land.
Could he land on Gerald's head?
Probably who I'd aim for.
So Blackwind, as you're about 20 feet down, or you're just 10 feet down, I want to see what the weather's like too. Okay, no large gusts of wind. So yeah, you get like halfway up, you're like, I can make it the rest of the way. I think it's fine. Get up there and realize just how little space there is there. What are you gonna try to do? It's 10 feet. Like there's 10 feet. Like in where everybody except for where Aelin is, it's open to the sky, right? Aelin, there's about 5 feet of room above him. You could try to sail past him, but it's going to be a tight.
Can you put me on the other map so I can actually see what I'm looking at?
Sorry. Yep. So you kind of like are like here, say. You have, let's see. So 60. You have 20 feet of movement when you get up like level with them. Left. So you can sail over their heads by going 5 more feet up, so you don't run into them. But if you want to land without like crashing into people, you do technically have just enough movement.
You know what?
Or you can go back below Blackwind and hold on to the ladder.
Try to get back.
He's coming
to the
in
ladder.
hot.
Yeah, that's probably the more responsible thing.
But what would Quillen do?
I mean, Quillen kind of wants to be, but I can't see shit. It's so dark.
Well, you can see the fire.
You're about to start falling, Brad.
All right, I'm gonna go below Blackland. I'll be like, yeah.
So you get up there and go, there's nowhere to land. Okay, aim back for the ladder in the dark. Let's see if I can maneuver myself. Can you give me a perception check to see how well you can make out the ladder as you try to aim below? Oh my goodness. Okay. As you're going down there, you find yourself kind of like swooping down, and you kind of get roughly where Blackwind was, but you're off to the side slightly, not really finding any purchase as you kind of like hit the wall and start scrambling. You will start to fall. If you can give me one last dexterity save to try to grab onto something. Not one. Quillen kind of bangs off the wall, and he can't get purchase on anything and falls in his heavy armor.
Can I see him when he bangs and starts falling?
Yeah, barely, but yeah.
Then I will feather fall him.
Okay. When you feather fall, and so you target him, because yeah, he kind of like goes up, kind of does that whole thing where he's just kind of like, oh shit, there's nowhere to land. Kind of swoops down towards where the ladder is, aims it, and then tries to grab it and misses. Just kind of like hits the wall and starts falling. You can see that because you've got the angle, luckily, where you are. If you were where Aelin was, you wouldn't have the angle on him, but you do from where you're standing because you're right on the edge. Featherfall. Featherfall has verbal?
It does.
Okay, so when you cast that spell, I need everybody... That'll go off, but that's going to kick off initiative because these Terrafolk they hear that, obviously, the spell. You have to actually intone the words. So you're like...
Yeah.
Whatever the magical incantation is, and yeah, you hit him with Featherfall. He's drifting down. He slows and starts drifting down at whatever rate Featherfall falls at. So at the start of the combat, wherever you are in initiative, you'll have Featherfall on you. If everybody can roll initiative, though.
And just as a point of clarification, because this hasn't come up yet, I need to end my turn on a surface, or I'll start falling. But I do get a glide like once per short rest, right? Isn't that what we decided?
Yes.
Okay. You didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once per short rest, you can glide, essentially featherfalling yourself.
Nice, Brian.
Yeah. So I'm comfortable doing that the same way that you are.
Like the thing is, you don't know that I can fly either.
Sure.
Because you've never seen me do it.
Right.
So it's like, new character, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Lisa, you had plus 10 to initiative still?
What? Oh, whoops.
Oh, yeah, that's not right.
I was like plus 13. I'm like, holy crap, that's amazing.
That's a 16. I had put the 10 in for stealth because me and Gerald never rolled it. When you got to the top, you asked if we were going to be quiet, and I said yes. So I assumed we were going to start rolling stealth, so I had put the 10 in, and then we never did. So it's 16. 16.
You're freaking natural 20 gang over here.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are clustered on this ledge.
It was going so well.
I'm sorry, that was pretty funny. And that one, I was like, man, if it's a good thing you can feather fall. Bradley just died 240. Because that would have been that would have been a 240-foot fall.
Oh yeah, but again, I would have been fine.
Let's see what happens here.
I'm glad I'm not going first. I hate going first in initiative. When I was Oriana, I loved going first in initiative. It was great. It was like, Let fly. That's Archie. It's like I want to know what everyone else is doing before I do anything. I'm support, damn it.
Okay, let me. And how far are you guys from the top?
That's a good question.
So yeah, from up here, up above you, it's about. There's no ladders or anything. There's just this one little ledge. There's no ledge around the edge up here. It's about 60 feet to the top of the spire. And then on top of that is where the watchtower is on top of the spire. Yeah, round one. So Archie just fires off this feather fall, alerting everybody.
Sorry.
Terrafolk number 4 is surprised.
There's more? I can't see anything.
You're also an ape. Do apes have dark vision?
Oh, that's a good question. Nope.
Yeah, but there's light.
There's light. Actually, for the purposes of this, I'm just gonna change the ambient light. Come on.
We got a nice defensive formation going.
Yeah, let's hope nobody gets knocked off.
Well, Gerald's an anchor. He's like a wall. He's the
anchor. At least if Gerald gets knocked off, he can come back.
Oh, there's a laser beam shooting around.
Yeah, I just moved the source of the light so that it actually, just because it won't let me actually change the ambient light. Not allowed. Okay. Well, Mr. Ape, who is where Don. So okay.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna move Donaquin over there. This is where the ape is.
No, I can't see the other. Problem with that, Corey, also, is I can't see certain ones now because of that. Because the ape now I can't see the other Terrafolk.
Why don't you just?
Because it doesn't matter. But anyway, I can't really. Can I get around Aelin at all? Really?
Can you see now?
No, I can see anything. Well, I can see the Terrafolk, but nothing's lit up. The Terrafolk number 4, way down the.
Okay. How about now?
I can see everything's lit up. I can see the Terrafolk, and I can't see the other one. But everything's all lit up.
Yeah. Okay. I just turned off lighting. Just to everybody can see up here. You should be able to. So.
Okay. I just can't. Anyway, is there a way to get past Aelin?
You can squeeze past allies. Just takes double movement.
Okay. I asked the rest of the party and so like that who's planning on going forth because I have a ranged attack and so like that if I need. If there's rocks around, is there rocks around me, Corey?
This ape is trying to talk to us.
Yeah, that's the other problem. You can't talk when you're an ape.
I can't talk while I'm an ape?
Nope. You can only speak the languages.
Okay.
You can only speak the languages of the form you're in. Apes don't have language.
Are there any rocks around me that I can throw?
Yeah, sure. A couple little ones.
Okay, well then I will assume other people are going to want to go forward. So as I can, instead of me going, so I can't target the other one's 2, right? Okay, so I will target number 2, which I can't drop the combat on because I can't see him. I can see number 4.
Now can you see?
Because
Nope.
It's because Donaquin doesn't have line of sight on number 2.
Yeah.
Ape does. He doesn't.
Yeah, that's
there.
Hey, I can see him. Thanks. Okay, so yeah, I am going to throw a rock at him.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up a rock on subject 3 and chuck it at him.
He's throwing poop.
Sure.
Bonk.
Okay. You hit him with a rock. Ricochets off of him.
That's it.
Okay. Donaquin. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yay.
Quillen, you are feather falling. How far? How far do you descend per round with featherfall?
60 feet per round.
Okay. So you will descend to the ledge below then.
Well, what I was gonna.
Sorry, go ahead.
While I'm falling slowly, would I have an opportunity to try and reach out again and grab the rope?
Now that you're gently descending versus instant.
Sure, and you can direct your descent as well. So you can just like kind of drift yourself back to
use my wings to sort of give me a bit of thrust towards the wall again.
Yeah. So you're about we'll say you drift down like 10 feet before you get back to where the ladder is. So you're like 30 feet down.
Okay.
Right. Or 40, 20, 30. Yeah, sorry, just making sure my math was right. So you're about 30 feet down. You clutch on. So you're gonna climb the rope or the ladder, or what are you doing then?
Okay. So
we'll say that was your movement. Like a move action.
Okay, sure. Is Blackwind still on the ladder or on the rope?
Blackwind is 5 feet down on the ladder because he hasn't got any space to move up yet.
And then no one is on the rope.
Nope. Everybody else is on the ledge.
I will attempt to climb the rope again and just try to get to the top of the rope, but using a dash action.
Could you just fly over us?
Or I guess I could just. Well, I tried that last time.
Oh.
Where I'm at.
That's how this all happened.
Yeah. So, because I'm okay, I can't fly up there. There's no room to land, so I guess I need to stay on this rope until there is room to get up there.
Okay. So give me a athletics check, strength athletics to climb. That wasn't looking good for a moment there, but now
I saw that. Yeah.
It was like.
Okay, I'm gonna put you here, but you're effectively like below. You're down still, so you you climb up. So
I'm looking at 8-butt right now.
You're 15. You're 15 feet down, so you are 10 feet below Blackwind on the rope.
Okay.
Is that? No wait. Yeah.
Oh no! Well, Blackwind's on the ladder.
So you're on the rope,
thing.
but you're still 15. You're still 10 feet down from him, 15 feet from the ledge.
Fair enough.
All right. Do you have any bonus actions or anything? Or are you done?
You know what? I thought about doing this earlier, and I really should have. I will bonus action cast Expeditious Retreat on myself. Next 10 minutes.
Double your movement or extra 10 feet of movement?
I'm allowed to take the dash as a bonus action.
Ah.
Okay. Cool.
So obviously not this action because I've already. This will be my bonus action.
Right.
Right.
But from here on out.
Yes.
You can double move.
Oh, and it's concentration. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. These guys are surprised. Archie.
Oh, that's me. Well, seeing as the big 8 just threw a rock at one of them.
Okay, so we're doing this.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're doing this. They both look. I can see both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say if it requires an attack roll, this Terrafolk here probably has 3/4 cover.
Yeah, so I'd probably attack the one that looks like it's open, so the one at the back. I'm just gonna throw a firebolt.
Yeah, you'll have advantage.
Okay.
He's still out. He was sleeping up until this moment.
Pew!
I woke him up by hitting him on the head with a rock.
Wow. Jeepers.
Got him.
Barely, I think. Alright, so 2d10. That's bad. That's not bad.
This firebolt just like square in the chest as he's kind of like opening his eyes.
Oh, he's asleep.
Slumps against the wall.
I just covered Jonah's eyes. You can see it.
That was non-lethal.
Non-lethal firebolt.
Do you move?
No, I don't think so.
Do you tell Gerald to do anything?
Because if I move, I've got to move to where the Terrafolk is. I'm just gonna tell. I'm gonna tell Gerald to. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna. It's my turn and Gerald's turn. I'm gonna send him up to punch Terrafolk number 2. So, as far in as he can get and punching number 2.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Is it? Can I move back into where Gerald was? Does he go on my turn or after me? I can't like.
He goes after
right?
you.
Okay.
No, you can't move after him. Yeah.
No, that's fine. So he should. Yeah, that's fine. So Gerald's gonna punch it. Hopefully.
Yep.
Good job, Gerald. You're helping.
Punches the back of this creature. It squawks loudly.
Yeah, I told him to go as far as he could though while doing that, so he should
That's
still.
as far
move.
as he can go. He's only a 25-foot move, and he has to squeeze past 2 people. So.
You are correct.
Yeah, the elder kind of like stands up shakily and turns around and squawks in alarm. Aelin, what do you do?
I try to shut him up.
Okay. You see there's 2 more in the room sitting beside like a small burning fire in a little pit. Punch in there. Squawks and falls to the ground.
So it was 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I move diagonally to either one of them, or do I have to move to the middle?
You should move to the middle. It's too sharp of a corner to cut there.
Okay. Second attack, I'm gonna do on this one. Ooh, maybe not. Nope. And then I'm going to spend a key point to bonus action patient defense.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move over here.
Okay. They can't take reactions yet. Surprise still.
Oh, that one's still surprised? Great.
They haven't had a turn yet.
Wonderful. What a delight.
That's it?
Yep.
This guy's no longer surprised. This one kind of like
Barely.
looks kind of like sickly, and is like holding like what looks to be like a drumstick or something that he's been nibbling at, and he just kind of like looks up. One eye is like completely like gray, and the other eye is kind of like squints at you and kind of squawks.
Is it like a Terrafolk-sized drumstick?
Blackwind, you're 5 feet down. There is an ape and Archie kind of like blocking your way. You can squeeze past them, but what do you want to do?
10 feet to get up. 10 feet to move there.
Yeah.
And then 5 feet to move there.
Yeah.
So that's 25.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was hoping to get out of the way, but
And then 10 feet, 15 feet. Let's see what I can see. 15. This thing's not there anymore.
That's a dead body.
Yeah. 15.
I'm just given how tight it is. I'm gonna say this is. No. Nah, it's.
I mean, if the body's there and they're big, it makes sense that.
That's okay. I'm not worried about it.
So double moved to there.
Okay.
And bonus action, I guess I'll fire up my tireless now.
Okay.
Slow.
What up?
Done. Jonah, you're over on this ledge here.
I will move here and see if I can see anything.
You can see Gerald and your allies seem to have moved out of somewhere off in a different direction.
I will just spend my turn to make another potion of flight, and then I'll just look to the sky. In case
I think I'm gonna need these.
Fair, yes. I think that's the best use of my time at this point. Sit in the corner and make as many as I can.
Okay.
I'll move back to the edge, back to where it was. I can't see anything, and then just look to the sky.
Okay. That's it.
Yep. Yeah. I'll pass my turn.
Okay. Top of the round. Just hold on 1 second. No sudden blasts or gusts of wind happen. Mr. Ape, what do you want to do?
So I can. I'll get around. Keep moving. Oh, I can't grab the ape. That's why. I can move around also past Archie.
To here?
Yeah. Can I just climb around? Like, does it cost extra movement to go through it? Or
No, you have a climb speed, so yeah, you can do it normal speed. Sure, you just kind of
go across the walls.
Go across the wall
okay.
or the ceiling.
Can you let me know what I can see? Because I can't see because I'm not there.
Yeah, you can see.
I'll go past Gerald as well. Climb around. Woo! There we go. That's better.
He's your like eyeball.
That's fine. So
yeah, you can see 2 more down here.
I see 2 more. Okay. Is there space beside Blackwind over there?
Like here? Or
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll go around so I gotta climb on the wall and stuff around Blackwind as well.
Sure.
And then now do that, and I will fist attack.
You know, fist that old Terrapoke.
That's not what I said.
Never been fisted before.
Not what I said, you guys.
You fist them super hard.
Y'all need Jesus. All right.
You really know how to fist these elderly Terrafolk.
Oh.
Look what you guys did. Look what you made me do.
Probably because your fist got stuck in it.
All right.
Because it's old.
Anything else?
Nope. That's good.
Okay. Donna Quinn. Oh wait, that's your eyeball. Quillen. You're on the rope.
So you said I was like 15 feet down?
Yeah.
I don't know for a fact that people have moved.
Well, you can see that
So
there's nobody standing here anymore.
Oh, then yeah. Boom, fly and land there. And then move.
You got lots of movement if you
Yeah.
want it.
Move there so I can see what I see. Move there so I can see what I see. That should be all of my natural movement, I think.
No, so 15 to get up, 20, 25 through Archie Square, 30, 35,
It takes 35
40,
to get there.
40, so that's 45 feet movement to there.
Oh, okay. Then we still have another 15 feet. Assuming I'm using my bonus action to dash.
So you've used 40.
Well, I can't. I don't have reach, so
Occupied.
I'll move up here.
Okay.
And
You can see a dimly lit room. Doesn't seem to be anybody in there that you can see though. There's a dead Terrafolk with a scorched chest and face slumped against that wall. You can see, similar to that other ladder, seems to be a shaft in the roof with a ladder hanging down that goes upwards more.
Okay. I will stop here and take the dodge action.
Okay.
It's not on my bar anymore because new character. There we go. Boom.
Whoops.
Shit.
Terrafolk stands up with a screech and lashes out with its bite. At Aelin. Why'd that roll with disadvantage?
I'm dodging.
Ah. You dodge out of the way. It follows up with some claw attacks. You dodge the first one. But the second one hits you. And you take 4 points of slashing damage as it kind of like batters at you. Archie.
Squeezy, squeezy, see what we can see.
You see.
Oh, look.
A very tightly packed room of people flailing at each other.
Alright. We're gonna throw a firebolt at this one. So we got a -2. Pew, pew, pew. Hey.
Got him.
Barbecue.
Kinda sizzles on his wing a little bit, but not a lot of.
Yeah, Gerald, I'm just gonna. If anybody comes up to me or near, if any bad guy comes near me or him, punch him. So he's just gonna hold his attack.
Okay. Aelin. Oh my god.
Jeepers.
Nope.
The dice.
Can't hit him.
The taste gods are angry with you again. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay there.
This one stands and with a screech bites at the ape that fisted him last round.
Wow. Come on. Come on.
I'm not 12.
Deals 6 points of damage and it kind of like stumbles forward as it does so. And kind of like. And that's it. Blackwood.
Oh, sweet. I will attack this guy. Now, Bloodfell has tasted blood. Oh, barely.
Just a little bit.
Just a little taste of blood. One attack. I'm going to attempt to trip it with that bonus action.
Okay.
So, athletics or is it? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've done my trip. Abilities. Athletic strengths versus athletics acrobatics.
Which one are you doing? 3 or 1?
The one that I attacked, just because I attack and then I'll hit it with a leg sweep. So athletics check.
This says athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
Athletics or acrobatics. So it trips.
You knock it prone.
I will hit it again. Now I have advantage.
Yup.
Damage. Okay, damage. And that's my turn.
Jonah, you hear the sounds of battle. What do you do?
Move up 10 feet.
Oh shit.
I will take the dodge action.
Sorry, I should have moved Gerald.
That's fine. I'm carrying up the rear. I know. I'll use my action to look to the sky to see if anybody's looking for us.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay. Glancing at the sky, you don't see anything that seems to be attracted to what's going on here.
Yeah, I forgot Donovan wasn't actually behind me.
Yeah, that's just his eyeballs.
Yeah.
It's the ape. You got bit by this thing.
Not cool.
him again like he's.
And I would punch at him. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh. Wah, wah.
Punch again. My
Got him.
goodness. Actually hit.
Oh, the poor old parrot.
We really know how to take the old and sick out.
I feel a little bad.
Did you move or do anything else?
Is that the only? Is this just the little cave area? There's nothing. Is there nothing else in here?
There's a little bonfire or a little.
I can't
pit.
see anything. It's just a bonfire and the two. Okay. Then.
Move your eyeballs in there for you.
Then I will. I'll go back up, past like Archie. I'll like climb up. Sorry, then I can't see anything. Come here, eyeball.
To me.
Yeah, I'll go right past Colin.
It's jumping off the wall.
Yeah.
He's just climbing around the wall. Whoa, whoa.
Basically, yes.
Where'd the fucking ape come from?
It's my turn now.
Colin, an ape climbing on the walls runs around.
By the way.
I mean, I've got all this fast-moving energy in me, and I really want to climb that ladder, but can't see shit.
The passageway does look dark leading up there.
Yeah, it's like I could get up there lickety split, and then what? Like, well,
we need to get you some goggles of dark vision.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'll step over here. Let the people that can see in the dark get by. Then I'll take the dodge action.
Okay. This Terrafolk kind of like feebly tries to stand up and then just kind of like shudders and collapses to the ground.
We did it. We killed the old and weak.
Wait, what?
As
I'm in the back.
Thank God.
We are mighty.
Donecoin? He's not weak.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, so there doesn't seem to be any anything else going
on? I would like to pick up a pebble from the ground, something that's pretty small, and I'm going to cast light on it. I'm going to hand it to Quillen, so that way when it's in your hand, you can cover it. But if you need to see, you can take it out, and it'll show light. It'll have light. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, so it's just a little light for you that'll last for the next hour or so.
Eric Croker love shiny objects. No.
It's a little light rock.
So
I can
soft rock. Most people call it soft rock. Contemporary.
That was almost kind of dicey. What happened?
Yeah, sorry. That was my fault. Quillen looked like he was falling, so I slowed. I had to cast I cast a spell to slow him down, and I guess that was a little loud.
Yeah. Which, yeah, I just so you know, appreciate it. That was awesome. Great move. I probably would have been okay. Just FYI.
Okay.
Just letting you know for future reference.
For future reference, if you fall, let you fall.
Unless it's like my second time falling that day.
I can only kind of catch myself.
It takes a lot out of me.
Honestly,
I can definitely.
I understand that very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Look, Quillen, and say, be more careful next time.
You got it, boss.
To land up on top, is there not? Like, I know there's a ladder where you are. I was just wondering if you've got those potions, Jonah, that you made. Could I fly up? Is it like a controllable fly, or is it like a kind of crazy flying thing? Or
It's. I mean, the fly spell. It's like a Superman fly, right? You just kind of sort of...
It's the fly spell is you fly for a minute.
Right.
Or 10
are
minutes?
we talking about my thing?
Yeah.
No, yeah. The Jonas thing is like
it is
you have
10
like
feet of
10-foot
flight
flies.
for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a
So you-
slow fly.
It's not the actual fly spell.
I see.
Yeah, it's 10 feet.
But it works
yeah.
like it. You still have control over your movements like you would any other flight.
Yeah.
Do you want to? I'll hand one to Blackwind if he thinks
I was
it's
going to say,
useful.
maybe Quillen can go up the ladder. I'll come up around the top.
Well, Quillen can't see anything, so.
Yeah, he does. He's got a couple.
He can with the light.
I could try and light on stuff now, but I mean, if we're trying to be sneaky, you know, shining a bright light is probably because I mean, I've got torches too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it feels like Aelin has the best vision in the group.
Yeah, I would.
In darkness, so he should probably go first.
Probably is gone now.
Oh, okay.
I think it's been over 10.
But I can still see decent.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So the okay.
Yeah, I kind of grew up like you know, big open spaces and you know, sun and all that. This tiny little dark, you know, caverns and stuff. Not my strongest suit.
You feeling a little claustrophobic?
I mean, I feel okay. It's just more that I don't know what the hell's going on.
That's fair. Well, is there anything on the Terrafolk or in like that little nest area that they were in? I would like to do that while the rest of the conversation continues. Look around.
There is some small bits of like animals and bones and stuff. It looks like maybe they spent their time like making little bone like whittling totems and things, but nothing really. There's a few. Yeah, looks like there's just a small. It's just like a dugout, like little pit. Yeah, nothing much else in here. Nothing on them. They don't have any clothes or anything. They're just.
I just didn't know if they like stashed some trinkets that they thought were shiny, or I don't know. So it's worth a look.
Can you give me a nature check, Archie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as you're like looking around, it's pretty obvious to you now that you've got some time and the battle is over and you're looking around. These Terrafolk, you essentially just killed a bunch of like old folks in like a senior home. They were like practically crippled, like very old. Like the one looked like it was half blind. Yeah. Just FYI, like looking at the bodies, like these are definitely old. Like, you doubt any of these could even fly anymore. They look so.
Hey, Archie, what are you up to?
Oh, you know, just seeing.
Anything interesting over there?
Yeah, just seeing if there's anything of interest. You know,
Okay.
it's fine.
All right.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Contemplating my sins.
Yep. Just being like, I'm gonna keep that to myself. Keep that to myself.
To be fair, Terrafolk are predator. Like
I know. No, I would just let the group
They're
know that
intelligent.
I think the ones in here were not at full strength. So if we do come across others, I would be prepared for them to be potentially stronger.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe I'm thinking I can fly around up top and try to stay out of sight.
I just
then
hate the idea of you going alone.
Well,
It's scary.
I'm gonna be quiet as a church mouse. Because everybody knows church mice are the quietest things ever.
What's a church?
A temple mouse.
Temple mouse. Oh yeah, those temple mice.
And they're very pious, and they always swear fealty to silence.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do, it concerns me that you could get in trouble and we won't be able to help.
Well, on the bright side, I'll be a distraction for people to crawl up the ladder.
Yeah, I mean, I can get up that ladder pretty quick, and I mean, if you want, you know, if you get up there and like it's like, oh man, I'm about to get attacked or whatever, you just holler. I'm gonna open up my fist and I'm gonna run in and start, you know,
because of the light.
Start fisting.
Fisting everything.
Taking
the cue from the
being bottlenecked.
No, that's legitimate. Okay.
But ideally, I could probably, unless I roll really bad, and they might be expecting us, but maybe not over the side.
How high does this ladder go?
It looks to go about 60 feet up from the floor. So the ladder itself is probably like 50 feet. And it opens from, you can see from the looking up, you can just barely make out the flickering of the beacon at the top. So it looks like it opens to the sky, like at the what you would assume is the top of the pinnacle itself.
Golan's just gonna be jogging in place.
Oh my god! You must eat so much food every day.
I have 2 flying potions. Does someone else want to go with Blackwin? Would that make you? Would that work, Blackwin?
Oh, that'd be.
Do you want
cool
company?
Too. No, that's fine. I mean,
Okay.
it gives us a little bit more. Obviously, we won't maneuver as good as the natural flyers, but.
Well, I mean, you can only go 10 feet around, so it's
I'm okay with that, though.
I'm just saying it's going to take you a while to get up there anyway.
6 turns.
You can dash, so hopefully half
minute.
right. But I'm sorry, did you want company, Blackwin?
Yeah, no, another person would be fine anyways. It would be cool.
Another
You
set
could
of
come
eyes
with-
and ears would be great.
Maybe somebody with range, just as a gunner. We need a gunner.
I can go with you, and then
Sure.
Archie, you can stay with the crew here.
All right, we'll
Then we
we'll
got
see you guys
keep the
topside.
range. Okay.
I'm gonna wait at the bottom of this thing, and I'm just gonna.
So me and you will still have +10.
Ready to go.
Yeah, I'll climb up, and then if it's all clear, Archie, I'll give you a signal, and you can let everybody else know.
Okay.
Ingest the poison. I mean potion. The poison.
I do have that potion too. Let me double check. Okay, yeah, you're good.
Honest mistake. So yeah.
Blackwin just quaffs this potion. Okay, I'll see you guys.
No, I feel
Oh god! That was the potion of fight, not flight. Oh no!
Oh, what time is it?
Jonah goes to give somebody a healing potion and actually grabs his acid vial.
No, I have the potion of non-healing, the one that looks exactly the same. Like the
potion of poison, no?
Yeah.
All right, bottoms up, Jonah.
You've just also been collecting acid, so.
Oh yeah.
So the two of you quaff. Are you gonna give Aelin some time to start climbing? Aelin's pretty fast. It's only 50 feet.
I mean, Aelin will be up there before us.
For us, yeah, we're slow.
Aelin
You can climb faster than you guys can float. That's true.
This is like, yeah, kind of like a controlled levitate, more than anything. But which is good, 'cause then we can stay close to the side, and we'll just sneak up the side.
It's a floating potion.
Like that soda from Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah.
Busy lifting drink.
That's actually really out.
Don't fart.
Fizzy potion.
All right,
Don't fart
so you two drink the potion and
Nothing.
go off into the night sky.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, boys.
The weather's cooperating as you step off the ledge.
We can also like stay close to the rock, so if we have to at least have something to grab onto, because I have a feeling our flight speed isn't strong enough to overcome a really heavy gust.
I have a feeling. Your feeling is correct.
All right. So you guys float up. Are you guys dashing up or just going like stealthily up?
We'll stealth up, but
Okay.
I think
I'm going to follow Blackwind's lead. So
I mean,
Blackwind does on my move.
And
yeah, I'll try to be stealthy anyways. So.
And whereabouts? Like, do you want to go? Do you just want to go straight up from here, or do you want to go to a different side?
Straight up from here, I think, for now.
Okay.
Looking for the next platform.
So
yeah, we know that it's roughly 60 feet up. Now, whether or not there's a platform right there, we're not entirely.
Well, I mean, you guys both have. Yeah, you guys can both see. So you guys can see from down here. You can actually see the top of the ledge, at the very edge of your vision. So it must only be 60 feet-ish to get up there. So you guys start floating upwards. So Aelin, you're gonna start climbing. It's like the other one. It seems to relatively. My dog's freaking out. It seems to be relatively intact. So
yeah, the ladder's made of dogs.
Yeah. You've alerted the guard dogs. Okay, give me an athletics check as you start climbing.
Yeah.
Okay, easy. Yeah, you hop on up there and start climbing. A double climb for you is 40 feet?
35 because I have my backpack.
So double climb is 35 feet, which gets you to...
a little over halfway.
Yeah, you're like 15... Yeah, you're like 20 feet, something like that, from the top. Are you being quiet?
Yep.
Okay, give me stealth as well. And Blackman and Jonah, you guys move
Nice.
another way. You're about half. You're probably about same or a little bit lower, about halfway up, like 30 feet up now. It's 30 feet to the ledge. Are you guys also trying to be quiet?
Yep.
Okay, if you guys can give me stealth checks as well.
Plus 10.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, you guys float silently upwards. The howl of the wind probably masks any kind of sound, but you're not really, like, you're in the air, so you're not really like scraping or against anything or anything like that. So you guys continue floating up. Aelin, give me one more check to finish the climb. You'll be at the top. Yeah, not very good. So Aelin, you kind of get halfway up, and the sturdy-ish ladder kind of like slip a little bit. Catch yourself, but you don't make as much progress. You kind of you guys just see him like just kind of like faltering, trying to get like the next, like, okay, well, how am I gonna do this? Blackwind and Jonah.
15 feet.
Yeah. Blackwind and Jonah, you guys float to another 20 feet up. You're like 10 feet from the ledge now. So you're actually higher than Aelin is now, because he didn't make any progress on the second round.
Amazing.
And Blackwind, you will notice this, although nobody else will. Jonah, you don't see this. But Blackwind, you will notice as you get closer to the edge, you can see from above so 10 feet up, there's the edge of the ledge. You can see beyond that the spire itself that's built on top of this natural pillar, this old watchtower that's up there. You can see that perched on just little ledges on the tower itself, you see there might be more, but from this angle you can see 3 terrafolk just kind of like hanging out up there. They don't seem to have noticed you though.
Luckily, with the spell, like, even as long as there's a obscured light, it like kind of enshrouds us more magically, unless I'm like wide open. But
yeah, it gives you
we
+10.
can stick to the well. It's just as long as we're sticking close to the edges and the shadows and shit like that, it'll still. So I'm not too concerned. I motioned to Jonah, like there's a few of them where I can see them, which I can't at the moment, but.
Well, the signal I understand.
Hey, you're like crazy.
All right. The rest of you are just watching, like, waiting for Aylin's signal to start going up, right?
Yeah, I'm. They can't see.
Yeah,
so I'm watching for the signal to send them up.
Okay. As you guys start to as Aylin starts to continue his climb, and you guys start to continue your float, Aylin, can you... Well, actually, before you give me a roll, there is another crack of thunder, and the sky kind of opens up and starts raining. Rain is now, like, pouring down, and like, hitting you, Aylin, and, like, streaming down in like, rivulets down this shaft. So Quillen, you're getting hit with water now, or Archie, I guess, is the one that's down below. You're kind of looking up, and water's starting to, like, come down and hit you. So, and the wind doesn't really pick up too much, though. You guys are still floating. It seems okay, but it's just getting wetter.
Water is hitting us so much.
Unfortunately, it does make the ladder slightly more treacherous as it's getting wet. But you can give me another check to hopefully this time, Aylin, make it to the top.
You can do it. You can do it, buddy.
Fuck it.
Don't let the rope defeat you.
Fuck it.
The rope cannot defeat you.
2 nat 1s. No. Yeah. You climb to the top. You get to the lip with about half your movement only, really. Not even half your movement. 30 feet of your movement, you get to the lip. So let me show you what you see. As Blackwin and Jonah, you float to the edge at roughly the same time.
Like we planned it.
It's almost... Yeah, you timed it perfectly.
Waiting.
It's like, I'm real fast. If I don't wait here for a minute, we're gonna get off sync.
Oops. So, okay, Blackwin and Jonah. Aylin, where are you?
Whoa.
Next.
Wow.
The next level.
Yeah. So you guys see this at very close to the same time. As you guys float over the edge, you can see that there is a tower dominating the north side of the pinnacle. A little bit of scrub brush and, like, long grass and that kind of thing growing around with some rocks here and there. There are bones littering around. It's rough. It's pretty.
I think I'm in a wall. Can't see anything.
God damn it.
Hey, thank you.
That it's a wall.
You're really snack this space. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so it's flat and roughly 40 square feet. Edges are crumbling away. Wouldn't be safe to stand too close to the edge.
Mini snack. Do not stand the test.
Do you have
Sean?
Continue.
I don't know where the sound is coming from, but...
Sorry.
It wouldn't be safe to stand too close to any of the edges, as they look rather precarious and crumbly. There are vines and low brush growing in profusion. Bones and scraps of meat from dozens of creatures are scattered all over the place. There's a crumbling stone tower. It rises another 30 feet roughly above the north corner of the platform. There's a roaring flame that floats in the air, hovering just above the tower itself. Just sitting there in the air, this large flame. Doesn't seem to be attached to the tower, it's just floating above it. There are tumbled debris from the tower heaped around the foundation of the tower. 3 humanoid creatures with needle-like beaks and leathery wings are eating the last shreds of flesh from some well-chewed bones. And Aylin, you can also see that there's no door on this tower. There doesn't seem to be any way to climb the tower, nor are you certain whether there's any other floors at all in this tower. It might just be, like, literally just a spire. But you can see that there's all sorts of, like, it looks like really old kind of crumbled bedrolls and things, and there's another fire pit dug into the ground. It looks like they dug out some of the flagstones at the base of the tower and just created, like, this little crude fire pit. There's a fire burning in there. yeah, so that's what you guys will see. Let me put the Terra folk where they are. I always forget how friggin' big these things are. So this one is like near the top, so it's almost 30 feet up. Just kind of perched on the side of the tower. That one there. It's awkward. They take up so much space. This one's perched about halfway up, about 15 feet up, on the side of the tower. And there's one about 20 feet up next to it, up to the top right. Aelin, you can also see that there is another Terrafolk kind of crouched inside the tower. Looks like it's cooking something over the flames itself. You're fairly certain it's the leg of some sort of humanoid that's been torn off. He's just kind of like, he's got it on just like on like a stick, basically almost like a hot dog, and just like holding it over the fire.
Leg on a stick. Leg on a stick.
They're not at least barbarians completely. They're cooking their food. So they're not that barbaric.
Yeah, you see this at the top here, and we will find out after we take our break, because it's 7. What occurs here? They don't seem to have noticed any of you at the moment.
Well,
but let's take a break. Why don't we come back at like 1:15-ish and see where this goes.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Right.
BRB.
Thanks.